All right, guys, real quick, I want to go over our sponsors. First up, Healthy Made Easy by Mitchell Thompson. Phenomenal book, making nutrition and a healthier lifestyle, very simplified. Go check it out at Barnes & Noble, Amazon. Also, he has a gym that's open, Combat Cardio KC. They go hand in hand. If you're trying to meet fitness goals, trying to have fun workouts, that's the place to be. They'll get you right over there. Next up, Yup Strength. Love the smelling salts. Love the pre-workout. Best tasting pre-workout I've ever had. The smelling salts are a hit with everybody. Really does wonders for you during the middle of a hard set. Love what he's doing over there, John. Doing a great job. Our last one, Jit Head Athletics. Jeremy, he's doing a great job with that company. Rash guards are fun, good material. They're doing cool stuff over there. All the TBAP merch is over there. If you guys want to help support the show, I greatly appreciate it. We got rash guards, t-shirts, head on over there. It really helps get the name out. So yeah, thanks again to all our sponsors. Thank you to everyone who watches and listens to the show. Please, if you could, like, share, subscribe. It really helps out. And yeah, we'll get back to the show. I don't know, though, bro. I think things are getting more lax nowadays. Don't you think that?
As far as
like content-wise, like I don't feel like jobs are really tripping about shit you say on the mic. Like, and it's not hard to find. Fucking look up a Facebook page or Instagram.
Right. Do you think? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's like to be on that end. As far as like, if I had a company and like I was looking at my employees and seeing what they were on, I don't care about that.
Some jobs are like that though, but yeah, I think it's getting a little more lax.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone's getting more used to people being more open to social media.
Yeah.
Especially
you
creating.
No,
I do, okay. But not right now.
Okay. You mind if I smoke around?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. She smokes all the time.
Cool. Just making sure. Just making sure, man. I like to ask. I don't want to be getting anybody contact high and shit.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, the further we go on and stuff like that, I just feel like it gets more lax and lax. Like, remember tattoos and shit used to be a problem at jobs, and like now that don't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you work at fucking Quick Trip.
No, I feel like it depends on I feel like the older owners are the people that
older generation.
Yeah, because I feel like in hospitals, I work in hospitals, so I see a lot of doctors that are tatted now.
Yeah.
And then the old company I used to work for, they had a problem with tattoos,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, why? Like these doctors perform surgeries, they got neck tattoos.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we tripping about tattoos?
Yeah, I mean, there's cops and shit with tattoos now. I mean, there's like probably lawyers out there with fucking all sleeved out and shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's the older generation that's still stuck in their ways.
Yeah, that's weird, bro. People trying to hang on to that shit. I mean, again, it's their business, it's whatever. I just think it's kind of stupid. But.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You can't, it's hard telling, it's not good to tell people what to do, and I get that, you know what I mean? That's why I let, if you own your own business, run it the same way, but if you ask for my opinion, I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at it, but nah, man, how was the ride in?
The ride was,
not too bad.
It was far, bro.
Yeah.
I forgot how far.
It was far?
Yeah.
Where you say exactly where you stayed.
I'm in South KC.
South KC.
By like Grandview type.
Damn, dude, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, today.
I used to come out here a lot.
Oh, did you?
I don't know. I'm with Stupid.
I'm with Stupid.
Last Recruit, Dr. Dilsnick. They used to live out this area.
Oh, really? No.
I used to be out here.
I'm with Stupid sounds familiar. I feel like I came across an Instagram. Is he a rapper?
They're a group.
They're a group? Yeah. I feel like I've seen that guy on Instagram.
They're two guys.
Oh, they're two guys.
It's Dr. Dilsnick, Last Recruit. They live around this area. I used to shoot their videos, so I used to be around this area.
Oh, really?
I was just telling her that on the way here. I was like, you see the Haynes hamburgers? That's it right there. That's they try to cover there. That's how I know this area.
I think that place is
close still open?
I think it's close to closing down. The one by Planet Fitness?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, right here on the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were – I just seen something in the news that said that possibly they were about to – lose their business or close their doors or something like that. It's getting harder to stay open.
They've been there for a while though.
I know shit's expensive nowadays though. You seen them eggs? Fucking
What they're charging up
$6,
there?
bro.
Oh, what they're charging? Or
No,
are you talking
but I mean
about
at the
grocery?
stores, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, $6 for some fucking eggs. That's crazy as fuck. But
We're getting close to like steak prices. Like, should I eat eggs or steak?
I know, you ain't lying. Eggs used to be the cheap alternative for your protein intake there. And
Yeah.
shit, now that's getting a little sketch, but yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Trying
to get the farmers out of here. They're gonna go up.
Yeah, actually, let's take this shot. Let's take the Oh yeah. Yeah, you ain't lying. You already take yours?
I took 2.
Dang, you took 2 already? Shit, well, shit. My bad.
Man's over there. He's laughing.
Shit. I'm falling behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you for you coming on today, man. I know it's snowing out there and it's not too bad, but
I appreciate you for having me. Like,
I didn't know you was driving a whole mission 45 minutes away.
We were already halfway through. We was at the gym, so.
Oh, nice.
He was already halfway there, so I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah. Where you guys work out at?
Genesis.
Nice.
In Overland Park. Yeah.
How's that gym? They pretty cool?
Yeah, for the most part.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like a Planet Fitness or a little upscale?
Planet Fitness is they're not the same, bro. I had a Planet Fitness membership, but I just feel like the vibe's off, man.
Yeah.
And the weights are different. Like they do more. I don't think they have that many like the free weights. Mm-hmm. You know, like their dumbbells go.
Yeah, they have Smith machines.
They got Smith machines and stuff like that. And like I like learning how to stabilize weight.
Right.
You know
Yeah, because you use a lot more of the body than what you think when you do that. You know, when you have that Smith machine guiding you, it's
easy.
It's taking away a lot of it. I feel
it does because even not only the guide, but like the rail system also doesn't allow the weight to fully come down on you. It slowly comes down, and you know what I'm saying. So it's
I completely agree.
It's a different situation, man.
Yeah, and then you forget that the bar is like 7 pounds, so you have to like
that's the thing.
Redo the math in your head.
Yeah, on the Smith, you lose that 45 pound bar.
Because what is it, like 25 pounds? Or
45.
No, what's the Smith
the
one?
Smith, I don't know.
It's like 25, 30 pounds or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about the Smith. I leave that to hers.
Yeah.
So
they come in handy sometimes, I heard, for some shit. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm a free weight guy. Like I want to be able to throw shit around, you know, and hear metal clang. I don't know if that's too bro-ish, you know. Fucking muscle head and shit. But dude, there's no better feeling, bro, when you slap on that fucking 45-pound plate. Yeah. Sign, just.
Yeah, that's the thing about Planet Fitness was that, man. I just felt like the culture was off for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least when I was going, I don't know what it's like now, but the culture was off. I kind of built kind of a small community where we go, and I think that helps a lot too when you're trying to maintain consistency.
Yeah.
When you have a community, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's like, I don't want to go, but I know the bros are there. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so shit, you end up getting the best workout.
Yeah, and that'll,
you don't want to go.
Yeah, and that'll push you. You know what I mean?
Not for real, because
like
I worked out by myself for like a year and a half, and then I started working out with my homie Chris, and he's a power lifter.
Powerlifter, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he taught me how to increase my weight on the bench, on the squat. And stuff
right.
And I'm still a beginner, man. But like, if I wouldn't have started, working out with him, my mentality wouldn't have been there. Mm-hmm. And we don't really know how much we could do until someone pushes you to do it. Because when you think you're pushing yourself, you're really not.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? You're thinking like, I'm gonna do 5 more pounds because I'm pushing myself, but nah, bro, you could probably do 15.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're by yourself, dude, it's hard to keep that discipline of actually pushing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's one thing I struggle with sometimes because I do the whole basement grind, and it's
hard, man.
It's a different workout, man.
We bought an elliptical.
Yeah,
I forgot we had one.
It's got clothes and shit hanging up on it.
It's right in the corner, right there.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard, man. I've gotten used to it for sure, but I definitely can feel a difference when I do go to a gym.
Yeah.
You know, every once in a while, and I'm like, oh yeah. I push myself a lot more here than I did.
Yeah.
Because people are watching, you know what I mean? Or you got a buddy with you and he's pushing more than you, and you're like, fuck, hold on, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna get this shit too. Hold on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a sense of competition there. And that's what makes you want to be like, all right, I'm gonna need to push that. Even when you're not working out with them, you're like, next week I'm out to
get that increase.
Get that increase, because I know they're thinking about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Same like us, podcasters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see me, I see you. We're putting out reels. It's all about like, low key, we're pushing ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I've been following you guys for a while, so
it's like a friendly competition.
You guys, like you guys are putting out some shit, bro. I've been stalling for like 2 months. You know, it's a grind though.
But remember, I told you I had my moment. You know what I mean? Like 1 year, I fucking took off. You know, I didn't post shit.
So what happened exactly?
So I interviewed. At the time, I didn't know how to go about it. Yeah. You know, I was like, I never had guests prior to that. The podcast I used to have, it was just me and 3 of my other buddies. And we would do call-ins. Sometimes people would call in on the show.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
But I never had like a guest on. Yeah. So I was like, well, fuck, I'll just ask one of my best friends, you know, have him come on. So he came on and we talked and, you know, just kind of learned more about him and his upbringing and, you know, stuff like that. And you know, he's a business owner. We went through all that stuff. And I sent it out. And then I don't know, bro. Like you just, sometimes shit just life gets in the way, you know? And I couldn't figure it out. You know, it's kind of like you get that complex of like, should I be doing this? Was it even good? You know, because you don't really hear much on the first one. Like some people be like, yeah, man, I seen it was all right. But
you know what I noticed? I noticed that the majority of people don't even watch the whole thing. They're here for the reels. They want to see the short clips.
The short clips.
You know, and then if they see enough of that episode that's interesting, they'll go watch the whole episode.
Right.
But it's really the short clips are really the grind. Like you really got to be putting out those samples out there.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I had to get hip with the shorts a little bit because for a while I was doing one clip with one video. And at the time I was even doing only horizontal. I had to switch that shit up to the vertical, you know, to fill the whole screen. You know?
On the reels?
Yeah, on the reels. Yeah. Because for a while I was doing just the horizontals because I didn't know how to do any of this shit. Yeah.
It's a lot more work when you got to go vertical.
Yeah, and you know,
people don't know that.
Yeah, and when I'm shooting on these fucking potatoes over here of a camera, it's like I go down to like 360p on that shit, you know. But people like when the screen's filled for some weird reason. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I do too. I get it.
I don't know if Instagram has they want that. I think. I don't know how the algorithm works, but I just feel like when your video looks more professional, but I know the amount. I don't know if it's changed or not. I haven't looked into the update for Instagram, but I know last year the amount of times you posted is how the algorithm picked you up.
Right.
Because I don't know if you heard you know who Muggsy Bull Junkie?
Mm-hmm.
So Muggsy, before he went up, like I was working out with Muggsy. I mean, this fool had like a 200 followers on his Instagram, and he already had a viral video before he was 800 followers. I think he's almost at 1 million right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a YouTube video that had hit, I think, almost 2 million, where he was at the Oak Park Mall dressed in the Tampa Bay football outfit, taunting Chiefs players, you know, and it went viral. No, that's not the viral one. He went to a Trump rally. That's what it was.
Oh, really?
He went to a Trump rally, and people thought that he was going to be, taunting people, but he was
for Trump.
He wasn't for Trump, but he was just like trying to document how they were going to treat him, and they actually ended up treating him very good, and he was actually surprised by the outcome.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, that video went viral. So when I was working out with him, I'm like, bro, you're already known. Like everyone already knows you. Everyone at the gym knows you. Everyone everywhere knows you. Like I'd walk out to the mall and people would be like, Muggsy, but none of his social media is like would reflect that. You know what I'm saying? And this fool, like one day, just said, "Fuck it, I'm not working no more. Going to the gym and I'm doing content."
Mm-hmm.
And I was right there with him. He's recording. As soon as he's done recording that workout, he's editing it, posting it, doing other stuff.
But you were just working out with him, right?
I was just watching him, bro. And so he found a format that worked with him to where he could shoot, edit, and do what he does and be able to drop 3, 4, 5 videos a day. Mm-hmm. And the algorithm was just like, boom, this is
that's what it is, isn't it? It's the amount you drop, ain't it?
Yeah. And it's also the category. Like the problem with podcasters like us, our format's not set up to do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, we shoot long form content. So like right now we're shooting the content, right? And then we gotta take that out. We gotta send it to the video editing software. And I don't know how you have your setup if you gotta take 3 videos and put them together and then.
Well, luckily now I have my buddy here, so that chops off 8 hours of post editing.
Yeah. What's his name, bro?
Yeah, my boy Dominic over here. He don't want to be recognized yet, bro. He's like a ninja over here, bro. He said he'll come out when he's ready.
He'll come out when he's ready. But see, some people have to take. You have 3 cameras here. Some people have to take 3 videos, put them together. Then they got to slap the audio on top of that. So that alone takes time, and then on top of that, we got to cut reels out.
Yeah.
So to do what Muggsy does in the format that we do, it's we need editors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's how the algorithm picked him up. Until this day, like he's perfected it. I can tell that his videos are a lot shorter, a lot more straight to the point. He's taught me how to which I haven't implemented yet because this is pretty new information for me. He's taught me how to create the hook. If you noticed some reels. When you first see the reel, it's like they show you exactly what happened, which is crazy because you want to build up the reel to show them what happened. Yeah. But now it's backwards. You give them everything up front, but you don't. But you leave it to where but watch the rest. You know what I'm saying?
How did it come to that?
And then you tell the story after.
Right.
So it's almost like you give them the plot, and then you give them right after. That's what he taught me, and I've been watching his videos, and that's how he does it, man.
And there's a guy that. God, I wish I remembered his fucking name. It's a white dude. He's like a wrestler. I followed him, and he's got really good stuff, man. Just his technique breakdowns and stuff like that of wrestling. Oh, my God, dude. And I think they work together because I see him, the Muggsy guy, on with him. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think he lives here, that guy. I think he's in a different state.
Probably.
But yeah, I came across Muggsy's video on he was on a beach ankle picking people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That's how I came across his stuff.
Yeah, so that was before I met him. That was before he was who he was, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember him showing me those videos, and it's just crazy how, as soon as he starts, going into his motion, even his old videos started picking up.
Yeah.
You know, but... Fuck, I didn't even know Muggsy was a wrestler, bro. Even till this day, when I meet him, how the hell did you make it into wrestling?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to be all fitness. But his trajectory is crazy, man. And at the same time, it helps me understand that, sometimes we're trying to find our thing, what's going to make it pop? What's it going to be? And for Muggsy, at first, it was the gym shit.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened. Something
he was working out at that Chiefs one, wasn't he?
No, he was working out at the Genesis. The one I'm going at. Oh. He started there. He started going viral there, and then shit happened, and then he started going against Genesis because they kicked him out. I think there was a fight or something. Something happened, but the whole corporate got involved because he was already growing, and he's publicly expressing what was going on. So Genesis got involved. There was an apology, but they're good now. Mm-hmm. But I think it was he recorded a fight or something, or maybe 2, and they went viral. And it's just not a good look for the, you know what I'm saying? For the organization or the jam. So, but that's what launched him over. And then there was a transition because I remember him calling me, telling me that he felt like everything was slowing down.
Right.
Because he was growing and then it started slowing down. And I remember having that conversation with him. I was like, bro, when you feel like that, you got to sit down. You got to sit down. You got to think. You got to be patient because it's when you're going to be trajected into something else, right? There's changes. Changes are coming. You've already reached this level. Something else is coming. And 2-3 months after that, like I said, I don't even know how he transitioned over into wrestling. But once that happened, it just launched him. Because I remember when I interviewed him, he had 100,000. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I was like, I'm not going to interview you again till you hit 500,000. Mm-hmm. Like I said, he's about to hit 1 million. I still haven't interviewed him. Because I was like, fuck, let's wait for the 1 million. I actually
listened to that interview. Wasn't that a year ago?
That was a year ago, bro. That's when he first, like I said, that's when he first started taking off. We're like, holy shit, let's do something. Yeah. That was actually my first. So I had split up from my ex and I had to go back home. Mm-hmm. And I was down, bro. I was like, I'm going back home. I'm not bringing people to my mom's house, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Muggsy was my homie, so I was like, I could bring Muggsy. Mm-hmm. So that was just something to do for real because Muggsy needed content. And I was like, fuck it, bro, let's just do something. And I brought him in, and that's honestly what kickstarted me back up. You know what I'm saying?
Was he your first one you interviewed?
Nah, he was my first one. He was my first one out of the first studio that I had.
Oh,
because I actually started my podcast during COVID.
Oh, okay.
Same.
That's what I did my not this podcast, but the other one I had.
Yeah. Mine was like accidental because I made music, so I had microphones like these on the table. One was a talkback mic, the other one was an artist. So whenever they would record, I'd be like, "Oh, you suck, bro! Like record that shit."
Right.
And one day, me and my homie were just freestyling, and I turned off the music, but we had our headphones on, and then we started talking, and then we got into like a 3-hour conversation, and never turned the mics off or took the headphones off.
Yeah.
And when we got done, we're like, "Holy fuck, bro! If we would have recorded that,"
yeah.
And that's when it was like, "Bro, let's try to do that. Let's try to record just the audio at first."
That's how I felt, bro, because a lot of the times the reason why I started it is because that's what was happening to me, is that I was hanging around with my boys and we'd be at the shop drinking or, kicking it somewhere. And I mean, bro, we'd be talking till fucking 3 a.m. You know what I mean? Like fucking drinking and shit. Yeah, I know. I fuck drinking and shit, partying. It's like, and don't get me wrong, half those conversations were probably fucking dumb as fuck. But some of them were good. So some of them I was like, damn, man, like I learned a lot I didn't even know that about you. You know what I mean?
We was on two. I think we took 2 grams of shrooms that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we was like.
The guy that you were.
The guy, yeah, because we were just like, I think he was going through something, I was going through something. I was like, come over, let's just listen to beats, freestyle, and that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? And
bro, 3 grams though? That's deep.
No, two, me 2 and him 2.
Shit. Yeah. Nah, 2's not bad. Two's good. 2's good.
Yeah, like we were. I know I couldn't stand up.
Shit was like vibing.
Yeah, but we could talk. We could talk, and we were talking about like space shit, bro. Like, big world shit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how like the whole, name of my shit became. But that's how it started, man. It was like the audio first, and then
what's the name of it?
The Ozone Lair.
Okay.
Because it was like, for me, it was like we're in the zone. You know what I'm saying? But when you're having like a deep conversation with people, you're on a different frequency because you can't do that with everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're like on either a lower or higher, whatever it might be. And to me, I don't know why I was thinking about space and whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, we're in the zone.
Because sometimes in conversation, it almost feels like you're floating through space at a point, it's
there's
like
no time.
Yeah, you know how it is. I've seen some of your episodes like 4 hours long.
Bro, when I interviewed Skrilly,
you get sucked in and you're like, what the fuck? Like it was 1 o'clock, now it's 4.
Yeah. No, when the conversation's interesting and you find topics that people can relate to, or when people teach you something, it's like there's no time in that space.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You lose track of time, and that's how that's how space works. Like, you lose track of time,
and it's beautiful too because in those deep conversations you learn things, but you also like what I like is a lot of the things that like if I have like me and another individual that don't agree on something, we can talk, and with the long form podcast, not this bullshit you see on name whatever media company you want to name, where they do a 2-minute segment. You got to get your point, your main points across as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And in that 2 minutes, I'm watching it going, I got like fucking 20 questions to ask you. Like, cause you didn't even, it was so vague. Like, and now the majority of people who have watched it, they're just going to go off of your word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, but like if I sit you down for 2 hours and really just ask you, and we ain't got to fight, I'm just going to ask you questions. Now, if you take it in a way as you feel like you're being threatened, that's on you. You know what I mean? That ain't got nothing to do with me. So like if I'm allowed to do that, I think either one, I can understand you better, and because you can explain yourself more and like, well, this is what I meant when I said this.
Yeah.
But, or if not, that other person could be like, oh, well, I didn't really think about it like that. Then maybe I do need to reconsider my point that I felt so strongly about because I didn't think about A, B, and C, that you brought up.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty that I love about listening to the long form conversations. And why I push it so much is for that reason. And it ain't even got to be about politics or fucking history or whatever else. Like, it could just be as funny as I just listened to one of your episodes with that handyman dude.
Yeah.
Bro, had me fucking rolling the whole time at work, bro. It reminded me of my boy. That dude reminds me of my boy Cutter a lot.
Handyman or Johnny?
The handyman guy.
Handyman?
Yeah, that dude was fucking just on it, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, if the handyman don't work out, tell him to be a comedian. Because Jesus Christ, dude, that dude was cracking me the fuck up, bro.
My homie Johnny's my co-host.
Yeah.
And funny story with Johnny, he came over this Sunday to watch the Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
and we went live. And one of the things I struggle with John is like, he likes to talk, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, as a host, like, you gotta know when to let your
To
guest,
bounce, yeah.
You know, you gotta let your guests talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're here for the guests. We're here. We need to get the guests comfortable. But John, he likes to be the character.
Yeah.
But like on that episode specifically, me and Handyman started like just picking on him.
But that's what I thought was funny though. Like, and what was cool is that I don't feel like he took it any type of way.
Johnny
You know what I
did.
mean? It's almost like when you're with your boys and you're busting somebody's ball, you know, like one of the other your other buddy's balls. You know what I mean? Like, we've all been in that situation, you know? And that's why I thought was so funny, bro. I'm like, man, this dude, because your boy was funny too. You know what I mean? The way he was like trying to get his point across and your motherfuckers weren't listening. He was like, hold on, man. Let me just get my point across first.
Yeah.
So like, it was all like, sometimes it ain't always got to be about something.
No.
It could just be conversation.
Yeah.
And like literally the nostalgia of it is what's like the beauty. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, I learned a couple of things too. You know what I mean? Like, especially where that dude's from, you know, and you guys were talking about stuff in Mexico and stuff like that. And
me too, man. Like
the upbringing and you know, all this other, you know, it's like, you know, or even your boy, the handyman dude, he was like, you know, there's a lot of people want to take on the big work, but he's like, there's a lot of small work that everybody's missing out on, and there's money in that. And that could spark somebody who's listening to that and be like, you're right, man. Because especially nowadays with the younger generation, they don't even know how to change a fucking tire. You know what I mean? Like, you can make some money out there if you really want to.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just want the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
They get tired of like constantly looking, you know, constantly looking for work. They want to take the break from looking for work and then just get something that'll last them, you know, 2-3 weeks.
It is a grind.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I'm sure that dude I mean, that guy did say, you know, it starts out, you know, you got to grind, you know, like he said, they were working, what do you say, 7 days a week or some shit when he first started? Like, a sacrifice to everything, bro.
And I mean, like, same for the pod. Like, I remember when I started the podcast, I was searching for the guests.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, damn, what am I going to have next? Are they going to want to be on? Mm-hmm. And the more I kept doing it, I had this, like, I didn't have to look for the guests. Right. They were hitting me up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to just organize how I wanted them. You know what I mean? And
I had to make that shift too. That was my issue at the beginning, is that I was out here expecting that somebody was going to come hit me up with my 3 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the thing. But like the big guys look at that.
Yeah.
You know, the big guys look at it like, am I going to help you? Or are you going to help me? Or is this an equal collab?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the way I look at it. And the way I combated that was with quality. So I'm like, look, I might not have the biggest following, but you're gonna get professional shit here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I put my money in my equipment and
you have a different style too. Like your whole setup, your vibe, it's your own. You know what I mean?
I try,
and that's what's cool. And I've talked to like the NSPN guys and like all the guys that I have right now that I've currently either been on their shows or I've had them on mine. We all kind of have our own niche. Yeah, we do the 2 hour, the 1.5 hour, 3 hour shit. And we may talk about maybe some similar topics, but our vibes are all different and our approaches and the people we bring on, you know, and even if honestly, like me and the I-70 John Little, like we have interviewed a couple of the same people, and it's just a different, you know what I mean?
Same with Muggs. Like I interviewed Muggs, and someone else could interview him and bring out a whole different side of him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like I was one of the first to interview him, and I've watched some of his other interviews. I'm like, dang, how did I miss that question?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
But I got a lot of personal shit out of him because he's my boy. You know what I mean? And that's kind of why, like you guys, like, cause I started this by myself. It was just me and a guest, and you know, it could get crazy, like especially like on your paper here, it says I do this all by myself. Yeah. Sometimes you're paying attention to audio, you're paying attention.
Well, yeah, now I don't. Like I said, Dom came in, what was it, episode 57, 6? 50, yeah, your fourth one? Yeah. Bro, before that, I feel you on that, man.
You can't stay in the conversation.
Fuck no, dude. I'm sitting here. I used to have to do this every time, like checking cameras, making sure red lights are on, bro, because God forbid the fucking red light turns off and it's like, fuck, dude, I'm calling you fucking, you know, hey, bro, you mind coming back? We might need to redo this shit.
Yeah. Nah, I've been there, man. I'm still, like, I still do everything by myself. Mm-hmm. But now I got a camera guy that moves, you know, which cameras I'm focused. Mm-hmm. So the way I do things, like, I only got to deal with, I think that's what he's doing. He's switching the cameras around. Yeah. So I do that too. My system's a little different, but before then, like I had to shoot 3 videos if I wanted 3 different angles. I had to stick them together. Like I was telling you earlier, like I didn't know you could do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that helps a lot. And
there's good software out there. I mean, I was using a free basic Kden Live software, and they have auto sync features that are just syncing wave files. So it wasn't bad. The part was the multicam feature. Yeah. So I had to go back and rewatch the fucking episode. Yeah. And it's like, dude, it would take me a week to get an episode out. Now it takes me a couple of days, you know, and
when you had to cut the multi-shots.
When I had to do the multi-shot post-edit. Oh, yeah. When he wasn't here, bro.
Yeah. And then you had to watch the whole episode, get it all edited. Yeah. And then you have to go back and watch it again to get reels out.
And then luckily I used to have to do that, and I cut that out. So I would write timestamps down as I was doing the multi edit deal. Yeah. But it was like, if a 3-hour podcast, it would take me 6 hours to chop it. Yeah. It's like, dude. Yeah. And it was on auto. Like all I had to do was click the screen and it would chop it itself.
People don't understand that, man.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of the family and other hobbies I do and work and all that shit, which, you know, I'm not boo-hooing me or boo-hooing you. We picked this life that we wanted, it fulfills us. But yeah, it's a grind. That's why it would take a week. You know, I'd have to record on Wednesdays. I wouldn't have it out by next Wednesday. So
how do you guys put out? I mean, it seems like you're putting out a lot. Like,
yeah, well, because I got hip to the clips game, like you said. Like I realized, I was like, man, I need to start taking advantage of the AI software and you know, start investing money. You know,
that's one thing. I mean, I should probably do it, but I think that's one of the reasons why you say I got my own styles, because till this day, like I still do my own editing completely, like when it comes to how the video comes in, everything, because I feel like I already have an aesthetic. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I hate when I'm looking down my grid and it's like the aesthetic's not there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because
your background, like you're talking about, like
just like the format that my page is set up, like when you go on my Instagram. When you go on the Ozone Lair Media Instagram and you look at all the reels, they all have an aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm very like OCD, bro. Like if it breaks an aesthetic, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to match it 3 times so the next one.
Yeah, bro. I was the same way because so I used to have it to where it was only the clip with the guest picture and the number of the podcast. Like it was always that. I wanted to look like Rogan's. You know how Rogan's Instagram page is? It's like all the same. And I loved it. I was like, that's clean. I like that. But then my boy Mitch was like, bro, you ain't Joe Rogan. Yeah. He's like, you gotta fucking dump shit, you know? Yeah. Which I was like, you. I was like, but I want my own style. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which technically it wasn't my style. You know, it's kind of a mix of his and others. You know what I mean? Right. But people that have influenced me, I've taken their stuff and kind of try to mold it into my own. But I get it with you, man. I don't know what the right way is. To be honest with you, I think if you're happy with that, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Because the only thing I use AI for are the clips. I have Riverside, and it's nice to be able to not have to do what I used to do. I had to go in there and manually create the clips.
Yeah. But see, like, so I knew there was AI software,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know who was using it
Mm-hmm.
until I was like, fuck it, bro. Like I gotta pump reels out. Let me go search something. And I can't even remember the one that my boy recommended.
Probably Opus. Opus is a big one.
Yeah. It was that. I went on there. I tried it. When I got the video back, I was like, oh, this is what they're doing. Because they look like,
Exactly
what
like
the other podcasters were
Yeah.
doing. And I was like, nah, bro, I can't. Cause like for me, like I said, bro, like I feel like what I put on the table is what brought me the people.
Right.
And I feel like if I change that, I might just like blend in with everyone else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True. That's true.
Which is why I kind of stayed away from the AI, and
Mm-hmm.
I figured I'll get slow. If like tech, bro, like if I grind slow but stick to my guns,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'll pay off.
No,
you know
that's
what
true.
I'm saying?
That's true. And it just depends your approach too. You know what I mean? Like my problem, why I ended up having to use it was because it was to help with growth for people to see the content. Because it's not like they don't want to see it. They just may not see it.
The people see it. They
Some
don't like it.
right.
They don't comment.
Right.
They don't share it. But they see it.
Especially the people closest.
Yeah. Bro, my friends will send me reels every day. 2, 3, 4, 5 reels.
Yeah.
But never share one of mine.
You just I get it.
You
I
know
totally
what
get
I'm
it, bro. Yeah, I've said it many times. They don't hop on the train till it's moving. So
yeah, man.
but you know how it is, man. Throw that shit away. Don't even fuck with.
It's not even about that.
You know?
It's about what you want to do and what you want to grow, and you just gotta keep pushing it, man.
Well, and that's when the AI. That's when I was like, I think I started using the AI. I don't know, maybe like 10 episodes ago or something like that. I can't remember.
Nah,
But
I do use captions.
Yeah, and it helped.
Yeah.
Because the problem is that when you have a whole life like you do,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time to be sitting around. Like if I can cut time off, bro, and not have to do what I used to have to do for fucking damn near, I think 45, 50 episodes, I was doing it like you were, all by hand.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm willing right now to sacrifice a little bit of my creativity or my style to take it off my hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's nice, man, because you dump those videos and like I do all the editing for the and Dom helps as well with the main podcast, the show for the actual episode.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah.
But when I dump that episode to Riverside, it just, I mean, bro, it pumps out like 20 clips for me, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't beat that. You know, and I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of them, but you know, all I need is 2 or 3. You know what I mean? So now I'm going from 1 clip to 3 clips, and I'm not a big spammer. I don't want to spam too much and all that shit, but you gotta release at least 1 a day.
Yeah. Let me ask you, like, do you think people get interested on being on the podcast because of the full episode, or do you think they want to be part of the clips?
The guest?
Yeah, because I personally feel like the guests are more interested on the clips.
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like their fans are more interested in the episode. But I feel like the guest just wants more content.
Maybe. I think it depends on the guest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it depends on what they do.
Well, true, because if it's...
I haven't had a ton of like famous artists that you've talked to, or you know, like Muggsy type guys. Like I haven't had like a whole bunch of those. Like a lot of my guys have just been normal dudes. You know what I mean?
Because like with those guys, I feel like they just want their face out there,
right?
And the clips are that. You know what I'm saying? And their fans are the ones that like the full episode,
right?
You know what I mean?
Or family,
I
think family a lot of the times. You know, they're friends and family. Yeah,
haters too. Those are the first ones to jump in. They're like, "What? He did an episode? Let me see what he's talking about."
So you started doing you did music, right?
I did
first.
Yep.
Because I've looked through some of your YouTube. You have some shit going back like goddamn near 15, 10 years ago or some shit.
I've been everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how. Like I said, that's why I know this area is because I'm a stupid, and I used to shoot. I actually shot videos for him at the time. I was doing music with him, and I was shooting videos. So I started. But my first love was music.
Mm-hmm.
I started rapping when I was 14, in Spanish first. But back then, man, Spanish rap wasn't doing anything. So
yeah, 10 years ago.
No, way more than that, man.
What are you talking about? Like Cumbia King days, bro? What are we talking about here?
Fuck, we're talking like 2004.
2004. I don't even know.
That's a long
Fucking
time.
SPM about it. I don't even. He wasn't even rapping
Yeah,
in Spanish.
SPM,
Really.
but he wasn't rapping in Spanish.
Yeah, he
You
had a
know,
little. He had like a couple songs here.
he had words in there. Yeah, but there wasn't anybody out there that was really rapping in Spanish. Reggaeton wasn't even out like that.
Did he even speak Spanish?
Yeah.
SPM?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Mhm.
But
I think he's about to get out here soon.
he was, but they denied.
I don't know, bro. I'm torn on that whole case because I looked into that shit when that Baby Bash dude came out and started talking about. Like, he was defending him on it, but I don't know, bro. It's kind of hard. Like, some of the shit I've seen about a 14-year-old, and I get it. She was in the strip club. She shouldn't have been there, but he was supposedly, allegedly picking her up from school and doing all this shit and, like, had kids. It's hard.
That's a hard, it's like a hard.
Because I don't know the concrete facts. It's just shit I've seen on videos. You know what I mean?
And for me, I'm like, look, I don't know. I never even met the man.
And it sucks because I love his music.
For me to even fucking talk about that shit, like I ain't even met the man. I don't know.
Right.
I don't even know a family member. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he knows.
I feel like he would have been taken care of in prison too if it would have been for real. Unless money talks,
he would have been checked or something.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of questions, and like I said, man, like I don't.
We need to see the receipts.
We need to see the shit. For me, I'm like, I ain't got the time to look into that, bro. We're trying to grow a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. I just know you're in the music.
But
world.
I was a fan of Wiggy Wiggy, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Man,
I mean, honestly, to be completely honest, bro,
Yeah.
like that's one of the first comparisons I got to, or I got when I was starting off because of my voice. People said I sounded like I was raspy.
I think mine was Yellow Brick Road. That was my song.
That was your song?
Yeah. I like that song.
Yeah, people used to say
Doing a lot of coke back then. Doing a lot of coke.
Back in how old are you?
33.
Oh, we're the same age. Damn, bro, you started early.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Fucking high school, dog.
God damn.
Yeah,
I didn't get into. I mean, I knew about it back then, but I didn't really get into it.
Oh, bro, it got bad when meth came around.
7-8 years.
Fuck. Bro, everyone was doing fucking yellow, bro. Oh my god, dog. That shit. Everybody, like, nobody was doing coke after a while, bro. They were just all out. Ice, bro.
Fuck. No, I got homies.
That shit fucks you up.
Yeah,
too,
I got
bro.
homies that got caught up.
I never got addicted to it though, bro. Like, that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I felt like shit the next day. Yeah, hella shit. But
how's the withdrawal? Is it like coke?
That's what sucked. No, not like coke.
Because I mean,
coke. I don't even feel like I had withdrawals.
So that's the thing that So that's one of the reasons why I don't like coke. Is because the withdrawal for me was like it was like taking a lot of pre-workout. I don't know if you ever took a lot of pre-workout and then got anxiety after.
No, but I've taken meth and had anxiety.
Yeah,
so I know what you mean.
I mean, like my withdrawal might be like a meth withdrawal because bro, like when I'm withdrawing from cocaine, like my heart's fucking pounding, my anxiety, I'm
sweating and shit.
I'm like trembling.
Yeah. Thinking about all the dumbass shit you did the night before.
Yeah, like it's depressive as hell. You know what I mean? And I've talked to people and they're like, nah, bro, I don't feel that. I can go to sleep. Wow.
Yeah.
I can't.
Bro, I know dudes that take bumps and they fucking, all right, bro, I'm ready to go to bed. I'm like,
no,
all right, bro.
That is not me. So I've never gone past that.
I'll be up till 9 a.m.
I've never gone past that because I'm like, I can't even handle that. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying?
The problem with a lot of my buddies, bro, they started smoking that shit. And that's when it went like downhill for a lot of them, you know.
Started smoking coke?
No, meth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a few that they went downhill too. I actually used to rap with one. I remember something going on with him. He went to like a psych ward, stayed in there for a while, then went MIA for a long time. And I saw him last year, just randomly at a Casey's. And he's trying to avoid me. I can tell. And, but I'm not that type of dude, bro. Like I say hi to everybody, bro. Like I don't try to be, you know what I'm saying, like weird, bro. Like that shit's just weird. Don't be weird. We didn't break off in bad terms.
Right.
We haven't seen each other in 10 years. why are you gonna act weird?
Some people have social anxieties. Sometimes I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, or they don't want
Well,
to relive the past.
My girl's the same way. I don't think she has social anxiety, but she's like, I don't like seeing people I know.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah, some people are more introverted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
like
I don't like seeing people I know either, but I still don't want to act weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you're more of like, if I see you, I'm at least respect and say hello. Yeah.
I'm going to do the right thing. So
Right.
Hey, what's up, bro? Like, be mutual. You know what I mean? But I seen him. And yeah, I could tell he was different, bro. But I remember when we were rapping, I remember he was in the beginning stages of his addictions. Because I remember sometimes, bro, when you don't rap, do you?
No.
You never rap? Okay, so
well, I have. I hope that fucking CD never gets fucking released. I was like 14, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even have that fucking CD.
Yeah.
Might be a tape. I don't even know.
So in the studio sessions, like we picked a beat, and then we all go in our own little corners and we start writing our verses. And then once we're done, nobody hears each other's verses until you're done, because we want to hear the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember after I would spit mine, he would spit his, and he'd be talking about some crazy devil shit, bro. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Because his head, like he was already going down that dark road, you know.
Really? Yeah.
But I didn't know he was like, beginning his addictions.
Bro, you can tell, bro. Like they start fucking looking through the blinds and shit like that. Like we'll be fucking chilling, just playing cards and drinking and shit. Yeah. You got the one homie just looking outside in the car and shit, building fences.
What's the paranoia from? Like,
I don't know. I never had that paranoia.
You never had that problem? You were functional.
I guess I didn't do that much though. You do like fucking 3-4 bumps, you're good for the night. Like don't get me wrong. I may have went overboard a couple times, but I wasn't doing it. Then the next day doing it. Then the next day, and you only had 3 hours of sleep in the last 3 days. Right, That's probably where it's from.
That's just a sight.
It's just you're losing your mind.
Schizophrenia.
Yeah, your fucking mind's running on autopilot. I don't even know what the fuck to do. I mean, you ever stayed up for 3 days straight, kicking it?
The last binge I had was like a two day.
Yeah, after that third day, you're like, fuck. I mean, I think I've done 2 or 3, but like. It's just you start losing that shit, and then if you repeat that every fucking week, or every 2 weeks.
No, I remember that. I remember that day. I was like, bro, I can't feel like this again. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking, like, I gotta cut this dude off. I gotta cut this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I had. Unfortunately,
that's the sad part, bro. The sad part is like, who's the problem, and sometimes you're like, I love this dude, but I can't be around you because I have a problem.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? And I know you have a worse problem. And it's going to take you 10 times more than it's going to take me. Mm-hmm. And I have to stay away from you. You know what I'm saying?
I've tried the same, man. I had a really close person to me that I tried, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. I tried and I tried and I told him, I was like, dude, come on, stop. Like, and it didn't help that I, every now and then I was doing it with him too. But finally when I was like, bro, let's just stop. Like both of us, you know what I mean? And it's just to the point, bro. It's like he looked at me and he's like, and it was sad, bro. Like when he told me this, he was like, you don't think I want to fucking stop, dude? Yeah. He's like, I do. He's like, and I only feel like the only way is like you got to like tie me up in your fucking basement, bro. Like to that point.
Yeah, I have a homie like that, and it's hard for me to understand that sometimes.
Me too.
Because I'm like, everything that I've done, like I've been able to just quit if I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? And I know that if I put myself in that environment, I'm tempted.
Right.
But I just gotta stay away from that environment. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta be with someone. Like one of the things I told my girl when I met her, I was like, look, I have a problem with this. And this is what it looks like when I'm on it. And I told her everything because I knew that if I knew how to hide it from her, mm-hmm. I was gonna do it.
Right.
So now that it's like that I told her, I'm scared to do it around her because she knows everything. She knows when I do it. She knows who I do it with. So it's like,
and you have a support system now to help you not. Yeah.
And like, that was another thing that I did when I told my mom, because I knew that my mom was going to be on my ass. And I felt like if I just kept lying to her, if I kept lying to the person I was with, I just gave myself excuses to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And, and now like, things that I used to battle, like we like dancing a lot, so we'll go out to like salsa nights and dance. Mm-hmm. Like I don't have that temptation there anymore. But before it was, because I knew if I went to the bathroom, it wasn't hard to get. You know what I'm saying? But now I know she's outside.
You ain't lying, bro. I had to fucking do a bump so they wouldn't think I'm a cop, bro. I ain't lying, though. Every time I would go into it, be at a quinceañera or a fucking baile, bro, I'd walk in there and I could already hear him, bro, talking shit. I'm like, man, give me a fucking bump, bro. I gotta to use the urinal. I gotta take a bump, bro. I blame them for my problems.
Yeah, one time I was in the bathroom taking a piss, man, and you know, there was like 3 guys in the stall, and the security guard walks in. He's like, "Hey, you guys need to get the fuck out." It's like, you're either sucking his dick or doing blow. It's like, hell no. Like, I'm never doing blow again,
bro. Oh man. Oh shit. That's hilarious.
Man. Man. Like I smoke weed, man. I have my phases when I'm in and when I'm out.
Yeah.
I use weed more medically than anything.
Me too, bro. That's what I do. Like, I don't do it all day long. I can't, because then I won't function right. I wouldn't get shit done, to be honest with you. Like, mine more is to, like, smoke a little bit. Like, you see me, I took, 2 hits. Yeah. It just mellows me out. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then tonight I can, have a good rest, and just chill. And then tomorrow I'm not waking up the next day and smoking again. I just don't function like that. Some people do.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that ain't for me.
I've had but I think, like I said, the reason why I might have that cocaine effect is because the way my mind works. Because even marijuana has always caused me paranoia.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it took me a long time to like find that balance and that dosage. Like you said, like a hit or 2.
Yeah, instead of trying to smoke a whole blunt.
Yeah, instead of fucking, like I said, facing a whole blunt. And I also noticed, like, when I do it too consistently for a long period of time, it kind of like eliminates my drive. Because I started getting too hippie type. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, what do I want to do this podcast for? You know what I'm saying? Like,
do I really need to do it?
Why do I want to get so big?
I don't even think anybody's watching.
No, but like, not even if people are watching. I'm just like, why do I want to get so big for?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Like, is that really what I want? But then I stop smoking.
Right.
And then my fucking, my ambition comes in. Yeah. And my ambition drives that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I come from an immigrant family, and we've never had shit, bro. Never had shit. Like, growing up, I mean, half the time it was because my mom was kind of stingy. She didn't like to spend the money, so we wouldn't get shit. She just liked to save the money. So, like, I remember growing up, all my friends had, like, big screen TVs, and we had a fucking box TV. And then she went and got a flat screen, but it was still a box TV. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The ones they had to unload with a forklift and shit. Motherfuckers were heavy, bro.
Motherfuckers backbreaking, bro. So, as soon as I got my own money, my own place, boom, big screen TV. So, like, that's kind of what drove my ambition. I'm like, I want more. I want what I see. You know what I'm saying? I see friends that are, but that's like generational processes, because as an immigrant, I come here with like Hispanic processes that are different. They're not the same.
Right.
Then you come to America and you see generational processes that are built into families where these, like I had a friend, bro, that graduated high school and was a VP to a freaking construction company, and he was flipping houses on the side because his dad had already pre-built that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had already pre-built that within that generation. So whenever he came out, his fucking future right off the bat, right off the gate was completely different from mine. I was cutting grass out of high school. You know what I'm saying? And
he had a longer road than he did.
Yeah, like he already owned his own house within less than a year out of high school, bro. And that was stuff that would motivate me. That I'd be like, fuck that, like I want that shit. What do I need to do, to do that shit? And at the time, I didn't know anything else. My dad built me to be a labor worker. He taught me how to work hard, how to endure long physical days. But, we lacked that process of like, how can we make money without having to do all this shit?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And at the time, it was rap for me. That's all I knew. Let's fucking try to rap, bro. And then later, as I got older, I started, the whole social media thing came in, and we started seeing people make money off of social media. And so now it's like, let's try that, or
Remember when the MySpace came out with the?
Bro,
you had your like 5 songs.
I
on
didn't
your
even
wall?
have a MySpace.
Oh, really?
I did not. Everyone else did, and I was there for it, but I never had one. I
think I got mine in high school.
I think my social media journey started with Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember when Facebook came out.
But I was there because I remember I was dating this chick, and she was telling me that she wanted me to get a MySpace, and I would just listen to the shit that was going on. I was like, what the fuck I need that for? You know what I mean? I just didn't know anything about social media back then, bro. I was rapping. Yeah. That's all I knew. You know?
Until you figured out you could push your rap on there.
until my boy built one for our group, and we put our music up there, and then we started getting the comments and all that stuff on, and I was like, oh shit, should have been on this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it came out in high school now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think
MySpace came around middle school maybe, and then but Facebook followed up I felt shortly after.
Bro, people used to leave their computers on, and their profiles open just to be on top of comments or I don't remember how you used to get.
Really?
Yeah. Because I remember that chick I was dating, her fucking computer was there, and that shit was open all the time. But she was probably talking to 10 dudes in there. I didn't.
You ain't lying, man. Social media has definitely changed the game for women. I'll tell you that, man. Put the power in their hands. Too much space for opportunity, man. Yeah, that is the problem with social media. Too. Yeah, men too. Yeah, men too. Yeah. It's very.
Women are dominating.
But we all know, though. We know the truth. It's just like if a girl walks into a bar or a guy walks into a bar. A girl's got 100% chance of leaving with a dude. That dude probably got, depending on him, 60.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you ask them.
If I walked in the bar, maybe 30. I don't know. But it's like the social media game has just changed it to where, like, I mean, bro, these girls, they get... You look in their messengers. I've seen them. Like there's like fucking 30 dudes in there. Hey, long time no see type shit. It's insane.
Even in the views, like their viewership is way higher than I was thinking that the other day. I'm like, look at all these chicks posting butt cheeks, bro. I'm over here posting something. I'm trying to teach these kids, and my shit's not blowing up.
Yeah, it's like we got 200 views. They got 500,000 because they're walking on a treadmill with booty shorts on.
We got 300 views.
Yeah.
Fucking
I mean, it's it is what it is, bro. And there is a sacrifice to that, man. I've talked about that, before. And when you have too much temptation, bro, it's just like celebrities. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times, why you see they're bouncing from relationship, because they can, like they have money, they have fucking everybody wants to be with them, and how the hell are you supposed to have a long-term relationship when you have that much power? You know what I mean? Like
that's one of the things I've encountered.
One fight, you're out. That's next person.
That's one of the things I've encountered starting this podcast is I have to be out sometimes meeting these people or at these like networking events, or if I'm trying to interview like my homie FK Menace, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a DJ. Like he's still my homie, so like I still go and show support because I know that there's other people that I could possibly interview that he's bringing on. You know what I'm saying? And like all that, even just the having the podcast creates attention. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I've noticed since I started pushing it more and started growing is there's more eyes on you. And when you're a guy that's always been like ignored. Like that shit's, you don't know how to deal with that shit, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like that you want it, but you don't know. Like we had a conversation, me and my girl did, and she's like, I hate when people look at me because she's had to deal with it.
Yeah, well,
her entire life. She knows how to cut that shit off real easy.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? And she bitched at me like a few weeks ago because I let something go too long, not necessarily because I was trying to entertain it, but because I don't know how to be that asshole yet. You know what I'm saying? And chewed my ass out, bro. Yeah.
Hey man,
but I deserved it. Like that's a learning experience for me. You know
a lot of men don't know how to handle it. You know what I mean? Like we don't get the, like you said, women get the eyes a lot more. They grew up their whole life getting that attention. Yeah. You know what I mean? So to them, they done had however many years they've been alive already dealing with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then for us, we're like, shit.
But it's kind of like, but look,
one eye.
To put it in perspective, it's kind of like us dealing with emotions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when it comes to men and women, women are more emotional, and I feel like we're able to handle emotions better than them. And I feel like when women deal with an emotional man, they have less tolerance for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're so used to it because our mother could have been emotional. She was emotional towards us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're taught how to not be emotional versus women are taught to be emotional.
Right.
And they're also taught that a man's supposed to put up with their emotions all the time. You know what I'm saying?
The only difference I would say in men when it comes to emotions, I think there is one thing that we do have an issue, like kind of, I would say like monitoring or like regulating, like to where it doesn't spike all crazy is like we say we can handle emotions better than women, but you know, at certain ages, you know, men are always wanting to fight each other all the time for every fucking thing, or you know, like shit. Like we have issues controlling our emotions on that. You know what I mean? Trying to be the biggest, baddest dude on the block. You know.
Yeah.
So there are some things that we struggle with too. That
I feel like
you know
that doesn't pertain to everybody though.
Right.
I feel like the environment you're in
across the board
has a lot to do with that.
Right.
I know.
Well, but I mean, I think anywhere though, bro. Like, I mean, if you can look at, let's just take school for instance. You know what I mean? Like, I knew dudes that went to inner city schools, and I went to a suburban school. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I seen some of the same shit in the same schools. You know, it's almost all relative because, you know, you'll have certain guys at this school that, you know, at a drop of a hat want to fight anybody who shows them any type of disrespect. I mean, to me, that's not a control of emotions.
No,
you know?
That's not a controlled environment. Like, well, I'm not a controlled environment, but like I'm saying, like some environments, you're tempted 10 times more than others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if you grew up in the hood, you're gonna deal with that shit a lot more versus if you grew up, you know, in the suburbs. And then it also depends on, did you have a father?
Right.
You know, and how was your father?
Right.
If you had a father, was he in that shit too?
You
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like one of the things, I'm lucky I had a father, bro, and one of the things he had always impaired, like he always let me do what I wanted, but he always gave me my options. And he's like, you can choose whichever one you want to choose, but this one's going to lead you there, this one's going to lead you here, this one's going to lead you here.
Right.
And every time I got faced with a situation, I had those three options to think about. And not a lot of people had that.
That's true.
Not a lot of people had that pre-conversation. My dad's a smart man, bro. Like, he was worse than me. He grew up without a father. His father died at 3. My dad went through the trenches. Somehow he figured out how to portray what he went through to me without, you know what I'm saying, like forcing me to do stuff. He gave me options. I don't know who taught him, but he did it. But like I said, when I would face certain situations, I always had those consequences impaled in me. And I think the majority of that was because I was an immigrant child and I had consequences that other kids didn't.
Right.
If I fought, I could have got deported.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one of the things that they always worried about was what I was going to do to get the whole family deported.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a whole other life. That,
yeah, so through my high school,
familiar with.
Yeah, so through my high school career, bro, like I always had that in the back of my mind. Like, hey, I can't mess with this girl because that girl could lead me into this. That's my homie, but I can't go to his functions because, fuck, what if he gets pulled over and I'm in the car?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I had to be a very mature kid at a very young age.
Yeah. Because my buddy Kondo was the same way. He told me the same thing. He's like, everything I did, not saying that he did everything right, you know what I mean? He partied too and did some shit, but every time he knew that he was weighing the biggest consequence. Yeah. You know,
I didn't start really fucking, like, the cocaine shit didn't even start coming to, like, I became a resident, bro, because I felt like once I got that residency, bro, I felt like, oh,
yeah, now I'm good.
I can fuck up now, you know. But I really I really couldn't because you could still get deported as a resident.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but yeah, bro, like that was a big. But back to saying, like, that's all those circumstances is what makes a man, you know, figure out his emotional thing. Some people never get talked about their emotions,
right?
Especially men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't grow up, our parents don't tell us, control your emotions. They never say that. Well, at least mine never did. They never said, you need to stop acting, stop being emotional, figure out what the emotion is, and control that shit.
Yeah.
Because for me, emotions are temporary. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the things I've always learned about relationships is, like, you got to choose to be in that shit. Because at one point, you're going to feel like you don't want to be in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody feels like that.
Yeah. No, my parents been married over 30-something years, bro. My dad told me, you know how many times I wanted to leave your mom? Mm-hmm. And he's like, I had to choose to be there. You know what I'm saying? And I learned throughout my failures that, yeah, bro, like there's days where you have to choose to keep going. And that means you got to control that emotion. Mm-hmm. You know, and one of the things my homie George told me, he said, emotions cloud clear thinking. And he would always tell me that because I was like going through my breakup with my baby mama, and I was fucking a wreck, bro. Like I was a fucking wreck. And I was trying to respond to her emotionally because she was fucking crazy emotional. You know what I'm saying? And her emotions were coming on me, and I was like in this fucking mixture of emotions, and I was fucking trying to respond that way. And luckily he was on my side, and he was telling me like, bro, you're acting emotional. Like you're acting like her. You need to sit back. Bro, it was the hardest thing not to respond to her the way that she was attacking me. It was the fucking hardest thing, bro. And I couldn't see past it. I'm like, how is this gonna work out, bro? If I don't do this or if I don't do that,
it's because you get lost.
No, but you know what happened? Yeah, true. Like you have a short term thinking.
Yeah,
because you're thinking about right there. You're not thinking about further. You know what I'm saying?
Well, everything's falling apart too. Your normal everyday routine of being in a relationship with that individual was falling apart. And it's like,
you
what
are
the
emotional.
fuck am I about to do?
You are emotional. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But not only are you emotional, you're also dealing with hers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. And I remember when he said that to me, emotions cloud clear thinking. And like it just made sense to me. I'm like, bro, like I'm fucking up. Like instead of being a man about this shit, I'm being a little girl about this shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm losing these arguments is because I'm being a girl. Like I'm not being a man right now. And sometimes like you have to, like just like I said, man, you gotta stand your ground and you gotta wait it out and you gotta know when to do the right thing.
Yeah, and it's hard to change in the moment, man. I understand what you're going through, dude. I think a lot of men have been through that, you know. Yeah.
But the thing, man, is like I'm saying, bro, like some people, they don't realize that till 40s or 50s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's
and
like,
then by then, it's like, what was it all for? Fucking halfway over, you know?
Yeah.
But I think the best thing, like you said, man, is at some point you got to pull out. You know, you almost got to lose everything. Yeah. Restart.
Yeah.
You know? And because when you're in that, if you're stuck in that environment, bro, and especially when neither one wants to leave, it's like, damn, bro, like you've been there the whole time and just. I used to think, how you dealing with that every day? You know what I mean?
I remember I used to think, I used to see my situation like it was like I failed. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw my friends were married and shit. I'd be like, fuck, I'm a failure. Like I failed at this shit. Bro, like now I look at that shit, I'm like, I'm way smarter than y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Because you realize that most of their marriages are facade.
And they're trying they didn't pick a person that they're compatible with. Right. And I luckily God blessed me with the chance to be able to pick someone that I'm compatible with and try to pick a better partner because I was 18 versus my age now. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what I want now. Yeah. Back then I didn't. And I created a relationship and made a baby, picking a relationship that was not good for me at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had my first at 18 too. And there's a reason why they say high school relationships don't work out, and it's not like they can't work out, man. This is what I tell people from my situation, just from my experience. You find any couple that's been together since fucking high school, bro. Let's say you find this old couple, 50 years, whatever, 60, however long they've been together. Man, they've been through some shit. Yeah, I don't care if they make it look like Hallmark, like we love each other, blah, blah. Bro, if you were to sit one of them down and talk to them and tell them, like, talk to me from the beginning. Like, I mean, it's just, there's a reason why there's only so many of those relationships, bro. You have to learn to love each other again and forgive and fucking adapt with one another and learn, because you growing every 5 years, especially at that young of age, from 18 to 25, you're a different person, a completely different human. Well, not everybody, but, a lot of people,
There's a beauty in the people that do make it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's all, like, if you are in a relationship from a high school era, like it's, and you're still together, like those people know how to forgive, reset, and then restart. Yeah. Not all of us knew how to do that. Right. Not all of us was with a partner that was willing to do that either.
And it's not always necessarily the healthiest either. You know what I mean? Just because they restarted doesn't mean it's the healthiest thing. It's like, what is the right answer, bro? I ask myself all this all the time in life. Like, what's the right life?
Right.
Who fucking knows? I don't know.
Peace.
You know what I mean?
I feel like,
is it this white picket fence with the beautiful family and the kids and the dog and maybe?
I feel like,
that's what they sold us forever.
I feel like, I spent 6 years in Mexico. Different lifestyle down there, man.
Mm-hmm. You said you're from Chihuahua?
Chihuahua, yeah. Damn, bro, you did your research. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I think you did. I thought you said it earlier. Or maybe it was on that podcast.
Probably you got it on the podcast. Yeah. Appreciate you for checking it out. But yeah, different lifestyle, man. Like, I recently went back in like 2018, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. Bro, culture shock.
Really?
I didn't realize how American I
was. What's different, bro?
Man, the lifestyle, bro. Like,
I'm gonna grab a water.
Go ahead. It's the for me. What was different was not the lifestyle, more of the like accommodations we have here. Mm-hmm. Like down there, bro. If I wanted hot water, I had to go outside.
You were in that part of Mexico,
turn the boiler on. Yeah, I was in Cancun, bro.
Where I was at earlier. No, what was that? A month ago, I was in Costa Maya.
Oh, I was not. That was not.
Bro, but when you go off the tourist resort, man, it looks like Chirac in some of those places, bro.
To flush the toilet, I had to fill up a fucking bucket of water, throw that shit in there. There's no water pressure. Yeah, bro. Like being down there, I was like, damn, bro. Like I thought our house was breaking down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like, we got water pressure. You don't realize that stuff until you don't have it. You know.
Shit, some of my buddies said they don't even have windows. It's bars,
bro.
Like, damn.
Even the I mean, people from there are used to that area, but when you're not from there, you're not secure. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because people know you're not from there,
right?
And you know how, the cartel situation.
Yeah.
You don't know who's who. You don't know what they're looking for or who they're going to extort or when they're going to extort. Mm-hmm. So, like, even though I was in my hometown, I still couldn't go to certain places. Because even my cousin told me, he's like, hey, bro, don't go. Because I got invited out, to go to some bars, whatever the fuck, by some of the friends that I had when I was younger. And my cousin's like, hey, don't go, bro. Don't go. Like, something bad might happen. They might pick on you. You know what I'm saying?
Or you might get caught with the wrong people.
Yeah, might get caught with the wrong people. And that really, like, made me think about some shit when I was down there. And I remember when I was down there, I was like, man, I can't go wait. I couldn't wait to come back to Kansas City, get in my car, and just drive the fuck wherever I wanted to. Because I was like, I have so much freedom over there. I didn't even realize it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I also traveled for work a lot. I've been around the United States, like, everywhere, bro. And, like, even though Kansas City is a dangerous city, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel safe. Right. Because I know this place.
And it might just be home to you now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just comes.
I know where to go, where not to go. Mm-hmm.
It's because you start rolling through Northeast in some areas.
Yeah.
It's a whole other story.
Yeah, it's a whole other story. Like, what are you doing over here?
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
but yeah. And you know what's sad too is Mexico could have that, bro. Like, literally, if they were just to, one, I don't know. Do people have guns down there? I know they have guns, but they're not allowed to have guns.
They have guns.
I know they have them, but they're not allowed to.
They're not
right?
allowed to.
And that's the thing, bro. Let the people protect themselves.
Well, my uncle has rifles. Mm-hmm. He's like my uncle's he lives off the land, bro.
I don't know how many fucking.
He lives off the land,
single shot rifles, bro.
Yeah.
Like
my uncle lives off.
Let them have ARs down there, bro.
No.
Ain't nobody gonna be getting fucked with down there.
No, my uncle's a prospector. He's been a prospector since his entire life, and So he lives off the land, bro.
A prospector, like mining gold and shit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
bro.
dope.
Fucking, I went down with him 300 meters underground.
Oh, hell no, dude.
Bro, I have a video.
I would have rather hung out with the cartel.
Hell, bro.
Fuck that.
That's another thing. They fucking, you got to be careful when you're prospecting, man, because you come up with some shit, they're going to want a percentage, you know, and luckily when I was down there, you know, nothing happened. We did go up to the mountains and shit. We went down in the mine. We fucking blew dynamite underground, which is now I think about it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Damn, dog. Fucking, bro, how do you know that shit was just gonna blow up over there and fucking everything starts falling down?
Nah, man. Like they have a little section that's like enclosed.
Yeah,
it's not a big open area where you know you light the fuse and you got to go into this tube and there's food there, just in case you get trapped down there. You got food for a certain amount of days.
Bro.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Bro, I wanted to experience it. That's where my dad comes from. You know what I'm saying? That's what my dad did.
Like, hey, take this GoPro.
Bro, that's the reason why I'm here is because my dad didn't see a future for me. He's like, you're gonna do what I did down here, and he lost friends down there.
That's sad.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, we need to go find something else, and that's the reason I'm here. So when I went back there, I wanted to see what my dad did. You know what I'm saying? And my uncle's the perfect person to take me down there. You know, and like I said, when we knew, he asked me, he's like, hey, we got to break ground. We're gonna blow up some dynamite. Do you want to go up? Fine, bro, I'm staying down here. I want to see what this feels like. Yeah, bro, we dug holes, put 3 sticks down there, fused them up. It's like a 10-foot fuse. He lit it. We all ran to that little cubby, bro. And it's crazy how experienced my uncle is, bro. I was like, when do we cover our ears, you know? He's like, wait. And he's just sitting there and he's like, okay, now. And I fucking plug my ears, bro. And like 2 seconds after I plug my ears, it fucking blows. And the first thing you feel is the wind pressure. Like you feel the air come in. That impact. And then you feel it go. And then you hear, and then you feel it everywhere in there. And then you're just listening for like rocks. You know what I'm saying? You're just sitting there listening for rocks because like the only thing I could think of was like, we're going to get smashed or we're going to get closed in. That was the only thing I could think about.
Bro, I've seen some fucked up videos on TikTok of that shit.
Yeah.
You know them crazy dudes that like to crawl through fucking tunnels underground?
That claustrophobic shit.
Yeah, bro. No, I'm talking about these motherfuckers are like this.
No, I know.
You seen those?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, when they're like,
when they're not even looking for.
They're
not even looking for gold,
bro. And there's always 3 parts to that shit, bro. There's always 3 fucking parts. I gotta watch all 3. Damn. I'm like, how does this motherfucker die?
Yeah.
How did he fucking die? Yeah. Died upside down, bro.
Yeah,
like died from blood rushing to his head.
Yeah.
Like God.
Yeah. And like I said, they're not even looking for gold, bro. They're just down there.
Yeah, just down there
exploring,
fucking crawling around,
discovering.
Yeah,
discovering.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm sure some of them discover some cool shit, but
some dead bodies, goddamn.
That ain't mine, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to go look in a cave, but a cave that got like 10-foot fucking high ceilings. You know, not fucking a foot.
Nah, bro. So boom, we broke the ground. And you got to pick up all the dirt. That's how you get the gold, right?
Yeah.
Put it all in like, they're like, I don't fucking know what they're made of. Wool sacks. You fucking got to tie them on your head, bro. Like you carry it on your back.
Like potato sacks?
Pretty much, yeah. You put them on your head. And then you got to carry one up to like, I think it was like 100 or 200 meters up. And there's like a well kind of area. Mm-hmm. And then that's where they pull them up to the ground. You know what I'm saying? And then later you go down there, you fucking crush it. And gold is not in nuggets like people usually find it in the rivers and shit. It's usually dust. It's usually dust and the mercury. They put mercury and there's other concoctions that I don't know about that pull the gold out of the dust. And then it stays in the mercury and then they got to squeeze the mercury out. Then you get the gold.
Yeah, that's what that Alaskan dude was talking about that goes on Joe Rogan. You ever seen him? He's got that mammoth boneyard. Yeah. He was just on recently, and he was saying that too. He's like, a lot of the times you got to break that gold out, like it's inside rock.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
And then, like I said,
you ain't just sifting it in the fucking river.
I've never seen the nuggets. I've recently just discovered how to, I didn't know you could make gold from gold.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you guys really might look at that. But we might bring that shit down. Oh, that price.
Hopefully, man, because gold is ridiculous.
Bro, you know,
now.
so like diamonds are grown from diamonds.
Yeah.
Lab diamonds
I bought some. Yeah.
Yeah, lab diamonds are grown from.
Yeah, they're growing in the lab.
They're grown from original diamonds. They need that sample to grow the lab.
Is that how they do it? I thought they were doing some sort of like just high compression and like machines.
They are, but you got to take a sample of it because that's how silver. Silver is made the same way. You need silver.
Yeah, I thought they take all the compounds, but I don't know. I've never looked into it. You know.
Yeah.
So
I know with silver, you need silver to make silver.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure. Like I don't know how this guy's doing it, man. You guys go look at it on YouTube, but
yeah, I don't really trip about that shit anymore, like real and fake and all that shit. Like they're coming out with such good quality shit nowadays. Like even Jackson chains, bro.
Yeah, the
legit.
Yeah,
like legit ass chains. I got one on right now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
they're good quality chains.
You're getting a lab diamond. It's there's no imperfections,
right?
You know. And fucking diamonds are only expensive in America.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. Bro, like, you African kids find these shits in the dirt. They sell them for $5 from someone else.
Right.
They upgrade the price. It comes to America, all of a sudden it's fucking $25,000.
Yeah.
Because we're the country that values that the most.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I feel you 100% when it comes to lab made. Like
it took me a while to get over that though. Because we have in our mindsets like, it's got to be real. Because I don't want someone to say, "Is that fake?"
It's an ego thing, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like
people,
and on top of that, like when it comes to jewelry, you know, people are like jewelry. Jewelry is it's an investment.
Yeah,
it's not an investment. It's an investor. It's an investment for the jeweler. It's not an investment for the guys buying the jewelry because when you take that jewelry and you go to a jeweler and you try to get that investment back, yeah, you're going to get some money back if it's real, if it's gold. But they look at it like scrap.
Right.
You're not going to get what you paid for.
Yeah.
Because
I don't even think you'll get a third.
Because the jeweler is the guy that made the investment to make your jewelry. You're just buying the jewelry. So you're going to get a third. Like you said, you might get a third. Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
I think gold is different though.
Because if it goes up on price,
it's value in ounces.
Who's going to buy your gold for the price of the market?
You got to have that networking,
You know,
because that's what the jewelers have.
The guy that sells the gold is so. Like I feel like if you're going to buy gold and you're trying to buy a bar, bro, don't buy a Cuban,
right?
Because for one, to make a Cuban, you got to cut that gold down,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You got to add some other type of metal to make it hard because gold is soft. So you're already dumbing it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you're not like, if you really want to use gold as an investment, go buy a gold bar. That's 99.9 pure.
Right.
Hold it. Wait for the price to go up. Sell that shit.
Yeah.
But people use that as an investment. It's an excuse.
Right.
It's an excuse.
No,
bro.
you're right.
Jewelry is an accessory to your fucking outfit, bro.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Some people like to spend more money on it because they have it, and that's cool. If you don't have it, don't try to fake it. Just be true about what you got. If you got a sterling silver chain, say it. I got a sterling silver chain. If you got moissanite, I got moissanite. If you got lab, I got lab. But don't try to be, don't come out here and be like, I got moissanite. Nah, or try to say I got natural diamonds, but it's moissanite, or you know what I mean? But even lab and natural, it's hard to tell.
Let's make plated chains cool again.
Well, I mean, you gotta start wherever you can. But
hey man, come on, dude, let's make it cool, bro. That way everyone can fucking not have to spend $6,000 on a fucking Cuban link, bro. Jesus Christ, man, gold is ridiculous.
Gold is when it comes to gold, silver. A little different, but silver's a respectable metal, man.
Well, I thought too, though, with the lab-grown diamonds, I'm like, at least I feel like it's better, ethical-wise, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't got to worry about somebody in the Congo mining my diamonds, you know? If I can get a lab, at least that's one step closer from, supporting slave labor, you know what I mean?
So
it's like our phones, every phone's made out of, has cobalt in it, so you know where it's coming from, and it's like, they need to start coming out with the ethical phones, bro.
But they need... But see, this is when it comes to jewelers, bro, and jewelry and the whole jewelry business, how do you know if you get a Cuban, a bust down Cuban, how do you know you're getting how do you know all those diamonds are natural?
True.
How do you know that they didn't sprinkle lab maids in there and you only got a few naturals?
I guess a tester, right?
yeah, but like who's got those $10,000, $20,000 testers?
Right.
Bro? And you as a customer, how much knowledge do you have to go in there and be
Right.
like, nah, that's little ass diamond right there. That's a lie.
Yeah.
You don't. You know what I mean? It's very hard.
That's true.
It's very hard as
And
a
you
customer.
see it a lot. Like you see it in clothing. People selling fake clothing, like Louis Vuitton or even fucking boots.
Bro,
shit
APs.
like that.
Or Rolex. You ever seen super clone Rolex?
Mm-mm.
They're better than the real ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like I've been watching videos of what a Rolex real one looks like and what a super clone looks like, and there's like overspray on the real one, and there's no overspray on the super clone. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So dudes who are probably into that shit, they look for that stuff.
Bro,
Ain't it? There has to be some imperfections.
I know Lil Baby. They blasted him out because he posted a watch one day, and someone said that wasn't a real watch, and he didn't know. His jeweler ended up having to refund him all the money he spent on that watch because it was a fake.
Oh, really?
See what I'm saying? Like, the risk is high, man. The risk is high. If you don't purchase it directly from a dealer, from a Rolex dealer, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, because these super clones are crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got to take them apart. Like, there's usually one little piece that's a different color, but you know, like who's digging into all that?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. More than likely, they're not. You know.
It's like I said, man. It's a status thing.
Yeah.
When it comes to jewelry, if you wanna spend $300,000 on a bust down because you got it, go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially in the music world too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you see that a lot.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, man. I've looked into Moissanite a lot. I've looked into what it is and where it came from and how it stands and I would wear that shit on some like my earrings. I fucking lose them shits all the time. Why do I want natural diamond?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Moissanite is a stone. It's a gem.
Right.
It's still a gem. It's not glass. It's a gem.
Does that ever bother you in the music game? That's all they talk about a lot of the times is money, jewelry, girls. Like that's it? Or you just think that's just what it is? It is what it is.
I think at some point when they started making money, it's when it started. Because at first it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At first it was like, who's the best on the mic? Like it was about lyrics and shit. And then the paychecks started coming in, or maybe they didn't start coming in. Maybe they started being around people that had money and they saw what they were doing, and the gold chains started coming out. Because, you know, back in the Run DMC days, it was the gold chains.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't diamonds yet. And then Slick Rick came out. Diamonds started coming out. Bigger chains started coming out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Does it bother me? Not really. I feel like everyone chooses what they want to do.
No, I was just wondering because maybe there is rap.
Wait, actually, it does bother me. It does bother me because I get tired of hearing the same shit.
Right.
In that sense, yes.
Right.
Does it bother me that it's there? No.
Well, because that's what I think too, bro. It's like, you know, and I'm not even saying necessarily go back to the 90s style hip hop or 80s style hip hop, but like, you know how they have like corridos or like certain country songs that like talk about like a normal average dude's life working and shit like that. Like, is there rap out there like that, bro? Like for the everyday people to kind of associate with?
I'm sure there is.
Like praising the grind of fucking working and, you know, taking care of your family and you know what I mean? But that don't sell though, really, does it?
Well, corridos are a whole different thing.
Corridos, yeah, but I'm saying in the rap game, if they were to go that
storytelling, a corrido is like storytelling.
Right.
Like Slick Rick did corridos technically in rap.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
a
child story.
Nowadays, I don't hear that though anymore.
No, remember a child story. Yeah, nowadays, well, you do. King Von did that one song where he's telling the story about, but it's a violent. I mean, it's
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's not about the average guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like why? But there's more average dudes than either like dudes straight from the hood, like going through this.
More
life,
average dudes than murderers. And,
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like dudes fucking, you know, in the game. You know, there's more dudes that are working that 6 to 2:30, 6 to 3:30 type jobs,
but don't nobody want to hear that shit. Everyone wants.
But they doing corridos and country music.
But you know why they make them?
Why?
Because someone paid them to make them. That's why those artists make those songs.
Yeah, I know some of them, like the drug dealers and stuff like that.
No, even the regular dude.
Even
like,
just regular
hey,
dudes?
bro, like, make me a corrido. Here's some money.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like,
That's a new hustle for the rap game right there.
Right. Hey, you got shit to talk about. Tell someone else's story.
Yeah,
You know
tell
what I
someone
mean?
else's story.
Yeah, because that's how corridos work. Even the narco corridos, like narcos will pay, certain
Mhm.
artists to write about them
Yeah,
or mention them.
some of them are good songs. You know, they end up selling. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what makes them sell. I feel
Yeah.
like,
Well,
I feel like
the drug style, lifestyle. Yeah.
I feel like Peso. I feel like that was one of the biggest things that carried him into the mainstream was the fact that, he was waving Chapo's flag, and one of the biggest songs, the song that broke him out was a song for Chapo. So
who was this?
Peso Pluma.
Peso Pluma.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, now it's different.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was. Yeah, I thought I just hear all the girls liked him. That's all I ever knew.
Nah, bro. The song that broke him out was with Luis R. Conrique, and they're waving Chapo's flag. When I say that, I mean that's what they're speaking about in the song.
Right.
So, people who know about the culture, they know about the cartels, and they see artists coming out, and they're like, "Oh, these guys are tied into them. They're part of that." You know what I'm saying? They're sponsored by that group.
Yeah. Some of them are forced. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if you knew, but they got threatened.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's usually the
Peso
story.
got threatened.
That's usually every story.
Yeah. He got threatened when he was somewhere. He was supposed to do a show out in Mexico somewhere, and they told him, like, if you come do this show, it's going to be the last time you ever do a show. And that's also Hispanic or Mexican corrido culture,
Oh, yeah.
Chalino, Chalino,
yeah.
like, we get killed for singing these fucking corridos,
Yeah, there was another dude that I can't remember because I remember when I started, like, I always knew the old stuff, like the Los Tigres and all that shit. And
they sung narco corridos too.
Yeah, but they were clean though, weren't they? Their songs were like more clean.
I feel like the narco culture. I feel like it was bad, but I don't feel like it was as bad as it was like
right
early.
And I only know so much, you know what I mean? Like I grew up around, like my father's Mexican, and my mom's white.
Yeah.
My dad was like not really into like the whole corrido stuff. Like he was more into like, I don't know, like oldies and all that stuff. And
you said your dad?
Yeah, my dad.
Yeah. Well,
and
what are you? Are you?
My dad's Mexican. My mom's white.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is your dad like first or third generation?
First. So my grandma's from La Paz, but my grandfather, he was born here. So
your dad was born here?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what that would be, first, second.
First. I think it's first, yeah. That makes sense, though, that he was into oldies.
Yeah, he was like into oldies. I mean, he was into, some Mexican music, but I don't know. Like, I know, like, he had a little phase of, like Grupo Mas and those type guys.
Selena.
Tejano music, yeah.
Yeah. He had a Selena.
Yeah. No, hey, man, I was a fan too, bro. Fuck, I was a little kid when I watched that movie for the first time. Shit.
My mom used to spank my dad. Like, hey,
it's funny. I thought J-Lo was Selena forever, bro, until I seen the real one. I was like, oh, that's the real Selena.
Yeah. She played her good, though.
Yeah.
She played her good, yeah.
And, but no, man, I don't know. It's just, when I think of those songs, it's, you think, or no, what I'm saying, I started coming around more of the newer corridos, like when Gerardo Ortiz came out, like around that time period. What was that, like early 2010 or some shit like that? A little while back.
Yeah.
But like, that's when I started getting immersed in, a lot of my buddies, they're all, they're from Northeast and they kind of understand that whole life and shit. And I only grew up on the West Side for like fucking, I don't know, like elementary school, and then we moved up north. But that's where my family's from. And, but like they would explain to me about that whole culture, bro, and how that shit worked, bro. Yeah. And I remember, because I mean, my family, they're more American, you know what I mean? They're all like Chicano, and not saying they didn't know about it, but it just wasn't talked about. And then once you start hearing from people that are from Mexico and they tell you like how shit works, I was like, damn, bro, that's a wild life, bro. Like even that Gerardo Ortiz guy, there's many times where he was threatened, and they show you all these other singers that have been killed and shit.
Yeah. No, there's like literally,
they don't play around.
There's literally graveyards of like narcos.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And you go to these graveyards, and they
had a documentary.
They're like towns, bro. Like they got like bedrooms.
Yeah, they got their fucking truck in there and shit. Yeah, glass houses.
Like it's crazy, bro. But I mean, I feel like it's a culture that's grown, and unfortunately, like, it's hard to, like, become successful in Mexico.
Right.
You could have a career. It ain't hard to have a career and shit like that. But like,
isn't that why a lot of them do it here?
What?
Like they start here first.
What? Who?
Like
artists?
Like the artists, yeah. Like a lot of them come out of California, believe it or not.
Yeah, a lot of like when they can't get the momentum, they'll come out here and try to get it out here.
Because a lot of those corridos guys, I feel like the newer ones, they were from Los Angeles, or not Los Angeles in particular, but California.
I know Fuerza Regida, JOP. He's from Cali,
right? El Commander, I think, was from California.
I think so. Yeah. But like Luis R, Peso Pluma, Junior H, those guys came from Mexico, and they're really what made it pop. Like Fuerza Regida they were already kind of blowing up. But when Peso came, when Junior H came, when all those guys from Mexico came with the corridos tumbados, like it really made Fuerza Regia had to redesign their plan because they these guys came with a whole new sound.
Yeah.
Natael Cano, which is the guy that started the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? And because I remember seeing Fuerza Regia, what's his name, JLP, talk about it and how he said like when they came in, they started going down because they just had a different sound and they had to come back and it changed the culture pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I never liked corridos, bro. Growing
really?
up, I was from Chihuahua, fucking Mexico, bro, and I never liked corridos.
What do you guys listen to?
It's corridos. It's a fucking corrido.
Like, so they do, but you just never liked it.
I didn't, and I never knew why until recently. But I didn't know music. I didn't know the rules of music. I didn't know why I like certain music until I realized that like minor tones are kind of what I like. I like melodies that are in the minor,
right,
more than in the major.
That speaks to your frequency more.
Yeah. And that's what happened with corridos. They used to be more. Their melodies were more in the major until corridos tumbados came. Which tumbado means like, tumbados is like.
I've heard of it. I've never actually looked.
Tumbados like when you're high, bro. You're low. You know what I'm saying? And the minor tones came in when they became tumbado.
Yeah. And
that's when I started liking because a lot of hip hop is in the minors. A lot of hip hop I liked at least was in the minors. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the corrido really started like hitting me because I've been a big melody guy my entire life.
So you like the newer ones then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the. I mean, I gone back and listened and picked up some more and paid more attention to the older ones, but like.
Yeah, see, I only know really I don't know too much of the new stuff.
Yeah,
just the older stuff.
Yeah, but it was a shift of keys pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I didn't know that because I didn't know music theory.
Yeah.
Type shit until.
What were you really listening to though, like growing up?
Man, so I came here in '96. I was a kid, bro. I listened to El General. You remember El General?
I think so. He's a reggaeton, right?
He wasn't reggaeton. Well, was he reggaeton
or
was he reggae?
Maybe reggae more.
Bro, El General was a shit, bro. And I remember hearing El General and his cadence was so crazy. And that was the first form of like rapping that I had ever, heard. When I came in '96, I think Nas was out, Biggie, Tupac, but I quickly got caught to like the East Coast side. You know what I'm saying? Like the beats. And at the time I didn't know who it was, but like DJ Premier now is like one of my favorite producers because he was. Most of his songs were the songs that I remember back then, like really, really putting on repeat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember Nas's was like one of the top songs that I would listen to a lot. I didn't know what the dude was saying at the time. I just liked the fucking beat so much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how the flow sounded on the thing. And I'd be like, damn, I wish I knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
And, eventually I started picking up. But I never paid attention because I was still young. Like I didn't know half of the crap they were saying.
Right.
It didn't resonate.
The meaning and the message behind it.
Yeah, and eventually I was just like, you know what? I'm going to try to do something myself. But it was always like the East Coast side. And then I picked up on Cypress Hill, Psycho Realm, Delinquent Habits from the West Coast, bro. Because like, bro, I remember, you ever watched, what's that movie called with, Oh, he's from Kansas City. The black dude. He's a comedian. Eddie Griffin.
Oh, Eddie Griffin.
He was Double Take. Was it called Double Take?
I don't know. I remember Undercover Brother. That was mine.
No, I think the movie's called Double Take. It's him and some other black dude. I don't remember the other guy's name, but this is the first time I heard Delinquent Habits. Mm-hmm. They're at a gas station. I think the other guy's like a cop, and Eddie. I don't remember what Eddie is, but Eddie's fucking up. He's like the crazy guy, and you know the other guy's in charge of Eddie, and they go to this gas station, and Eddie puts the radio on, and it's Regreso de los Tres. That's the song that comes on when he plays the radio, and you know the mariachi comes on. And I remember hearing that shit the first time. I was like, bro, what the fuck is that? And they start breakdancing to it in the scene, you know what I'm saying? But I remember hearing that song on that movie, and till that, bro, it took me like 3 months to figure out who that song belonged to.
Oh, really?
But it came to me naturally because
that was back then where you had to know somebody who knew
exactly.
that shit.
That's why I said it came to me naturally because like 3 months later, I'm at a camping trip and one of my friends is just blasting in the radio. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Where'd you get this shit? And that's how I got put on.
The only reason I knew is my dad had the tape. He had the actual cassette tape, which I think I might have somewhere around here. I may have gave it back to him, but he had a Nike box full of cassette tapes and shit. And
man, shout out to Liquid Habits, bro.
Yeah.
That's a group that I got to see Cypress Hill. Mm-hmm. That's a group I'd like. I got to see Cypress Hill, and they brought out, I think it was De La Soul.
Oh, really?
Open for him. I didn't even know they were opening for him, bro. When we was there, I was like, holy fuck.
Cypress Hill came here?
Yeah.
Where did they come?
At the Midland.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought that I was never going to get to see him.
Yeah, I guess I take that back. My dad was like a big Cypress Hill guy, delinquent. Yeah, so he liked all that shit. I mean, rap too, that was real big, but Cypress Hill was the shit, bro. What's the fucking main dude's name I'm trying to think of?
Be Real?
Be Real. I love his podcast too, man. Yeah. They just I don't know if they still do it, but they were smoking in that car all the time.
He's got a few. He's had that podcast.
He had fucking Rogan on one time. Fucking got him high as shit in there, bro. I was like, I don't know how that dude smokes like that, bro.
Who? Be Real?
Be Real. That just don't make sense to me, bro.
I don't know how he fucking
I wonder if he inhales, bro. I wonder if he just blows it out. Maybe. Smart. Puffs it like a cigar.
Puffs it, probably. Maybe. I mean, you got to at some point like, damn, bro.
Because there's no way, bro.
It's a lot.
I'm fucking high right now. I only took 3 hits. If I was in that car, bro, I'd be dead.
Yeah. No, but like, yeah, man, that West shit was. But you know how like Cypress Hill and Delinquent Habits kind of have like an East Coast flavor, like they have an East Coast influence. Because like the West Coast was very like they had a different bounce, bro.
Right.
Like they had Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and then you listen to Cypress Hill. They kind of had like this funky,
right,
with the same break beats that they were using on the East. Because I remember Be Real talking about it. He's like, we had that influence, and I think that's why like I favored that on the West Side. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But to this day, like that's still I was listening to that shit on the way here, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard for me to connect with a lot of the newer music.
You ever heard of the Mexicans? Bro, look up the Mexicans. I think they dropped in 1994.
Oh, really?
It was
damn, they were just straight with the name, the Mexicans.
But it's not spelled like I think it's Mexikiz.
Oh,
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But it's like straight I've never heard like I got put on like 5 years ago. I'd never heard it.
Really?
Like some funky.
That's wild. Maybe now since 94.
94, bro. I was like, wow, bro. Like, because back then I was like, where I listened to American hip hop or like Ice Cube and all of them, but it was like you didn't really hear people rapping over beats like that in Spanish.
Yeah, that one was always hard. I mean, I remember the only ones growing up. Awkward. You remember Awkward?
Awkward was hard. They came.
Yeah, that was like the only ones I really.
But they were I think in the 2000s. They weren't in the 90s.
Nah.
They came like 2000.
Well, I wouldn't know. I was born in 92, so I don't remember much from the 90s.
Yeah, I was born in 90. Yeah. So, but I guess.
I remember like Latino rappers was like, I'm so bad with names, bro. But I mean like SPM, like the Little Cuete and like all those type of
all
guys. Yeah, like those S.A. Vato type dudes, like those dudes, like that Cali style.
Yeah.
But they sang in Spanish and English.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they would come out with like a full Spanish song. I remember there used to be one dude. What the fuck was his name? It was called Mexican Inside of Me. I don't remember what the fucking artist's name is though. You would remember if you heard it. It was called what? Mexican Inside of Me.
The song's called?
I think it was called that. It sounds kind of fruity when I say it. But nah, dude, it was a fucking it was a fucking what was his fucking name, bro? I'm gonna look that shit up because that's just gonna bother the shit out of me, dude. Yeah. But nah, he was well known because Juan Gotti.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mexican Inside.
The Mexican
Forget
Inside.
that I added the me. I made that shit sound hella zesty.
Hey.
But you remember that song.
I do remember.
So that's kind of the era that like I remember growing up, you know.
So that's like the Chicano. I think that's more of a.
But
Chicano.
you mean like more just like straight Mexican, like like Spanish only type rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really. The only ones.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just saying like, you know, like the Chicano. They were. I feel like they were rapping in Spanish, but it was like words.
Right.
But like. Right. Rapping a whole verse and like being as lyrical, using the same, you know, lyrical patterns that they were doing in English, but in Spanish, like it was rare. You know what I'm saying? Because if you even now, like if you listen to rap in Mexico, like it sounds different.
Does it?
Yeah, like they have a whole different tempo. Their influence is their own. It's not. You know what I'm saying? What it is now. And also in Mexico, older hip hop is still more alive than it is here. Like really? they still like that older kind of 90s.
You know what my problem is though, bro? Like, you know, me not being fluent in Spanish. You know, my dad speaks Spanish, but we spoke mainly English in the house. And like, you know, I can understand it to an extent, you know, to understand the conversation of what you guys are discussing. You know, not every time, but generally, you know, and it depends on who's speaking too, because sometimes that could throw me off. You know what I mean? Some people speak Spanish a little bit differently. Like some speak it really fast, or they don't use certain terms that I'm used to hearing. You know what I mean? Like it may just completely throw me off. But like music wise, for some reason, like I'm good with like bandas and stuff like that, like that type style of music. But when it comes to like Spanish rap, bro, I just can't. And it's funny because I don't know everything that they're saying unless I look at the lyrics or I kind of hear some keywords and I kind of can guess what they're talking about. But like something with just the band, bro, like that.
Do you understand Bad Bunny?
I mean, maybe a word or two. Fuck, I don't know. Do you even understand Bad Bunny half the time?
Sometimes I do.
Fuck, bro, that shit. I don't know if anybody understands them without looking at the lyrics, bro. Shit.
I understand the bad stuff.
The bad stuff. Yeah. Man, shit. And that's a whole nother story, man.
But banda is a lot slower, though. You know, like it's spoken slower. Rap, I feel like rapping, for one.
But I think it's the instruments that get to me, bro. And when the dude has like a good voice, you know what I mean?
You want to learn. Like you want to.
Yeah, no, it just draws me into it, bro. And it's so funny because you'll hear me rolling in my truck. I got that shit blaring. But when I roll the window down, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I completely understand because there's a song. I put out a video. Was it last year? I think the last video I put out, because I barely do music now, and when I do put out something, I try to put a video to it. So, but it was the last song I put out. So the sample on that song,
that tequila one was pretty good. I seen that one on your YouTube.
Appreciate it. That was my attempt at corrido, bro.
Yeah, that was good. That
was different for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the one I'm talking about is called El Tóxico, and it's a story about the whole process with my daughter and her mom, and it took me fucking 7-8 years to put that song out, bro, because I had to find a way to like release everything that I was feeling during that time, and I couldn't write it in English because I didn't want her to like understand it all. You know what I'm saying? And even on top of that, like I still added more extra sauce to it so more people could relate to it, because I didn't want it to just be about my situation, because I had friends that were going through other shit, so I kind of added a lot of shit to that song. Right. And I didn't want her to think that all of that was her. You know what I'm saying? And so it took me like years to put out that song because I felt like I wasn't ready to like for people to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that song has a sample, and it's a who's the guy is fuck, he's not French. Portuguese. He's Portuguese. I don't know what the guy's saying on that song, bro, at all. But I fucking love that song, bro. And it's like just the guitar and him singing over it. And it's beautiful, bro.
That's how I feel about Asian trap music, bro. Have you ever heard of fucking Chinese trap? Bro, look at that shit. They got some fucking bangers, bro. I don't know what the fuck they're saying, bro.
Have you seen that there's like they're making cumbias now too?
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro.
Holy shit.
I saw a TikTok the other day where there was a whole fucking Asian band, bro.
Or maybe it's not called Asian trap. I think it's called Asian drill. I think it's Asian drill, bro. I'm fucking up today on the fucking words.
I don't know what the fuck they say, but that shit go hard.
Bro, it's fucking banger, bro, dude. There's some
it makes
good
no
shit.
difference, bro. When the fucking mumble rappers was out.
Right,
Young Thug, I don't know.
There's some rap songs I don't know. Fucking the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. I didn't really understand that one. A lot of people apparently did. I didn't understand it, you know? So it's like who, like what you listen to for some reason. That's why I told you that frequency. Yeah. Like there's different frequencies I feel like that hit you. And people are like, oh, that foo-foo bullshit. Take some shrooms, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That shit, sometimes things just connect, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy how like some people have it, or at least choose to stay in a certain frequency.
Well, look at the sampling of songs too. Like there's like so many, like I remember one time diving down like Kanye's Devil in a New Dress album one time. And he took so many samples of all these just random ass songs for his entire album, you know? And I mean, they were like some song in France and this song over here in Paris and Russia. And like, he would grab all this stuff and mix it. So like, there's a reason, like if you open up and broaden yourself to some of the shit you thought you would never listen to and give it a chance and like block out the noise. I understand not everything's going to fucking hit you. Like I've tried listening to just straight Mexican rap. Maybe I haven't found the right artist yet, but it just doesn't do anything for me, you know? Yeah. But this other music that I listen to does. So it's just sometimes you just never know, bro. You got to give it all a chance, bro. Because I listen, if you see my playlist, you'll be like,
me too.
Who is this guy?
Me too. Me too. My gym playlist is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. You would think like at a gym, bro, you want to be listening to either some hard-ass rap music or some death metal music or some shit. But, bro, sometimes I got on this song called Cold by George Mendez, I think his name is. And it's just the piano playing, bro. It's the saddest fucking song I've ever heard in my life, bro.
We had a conversation the other day because she likes hype music when she's working out. You know, she likes to be hype.
Yeah.
And me, I'm more of like, I like that shit to make me, like, I want to get in my feelings. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to get in my feelings because I'm like, that's what's going to make me push this shit. I get mad at the bar, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah. Dude, you're telling me, bro.
You know?
You're telling me.
Which is crazy because I feel like she's more of a fighter than me. She's always trying to bust someone's ass. I'm always telling her, like, chill, mom.
Yeah, for some reason, a fucking sad song, bro, just like pushes you that extra, just gets you back down memory lane, and you're like, fuck, I know why I'm doing this shit, you know? Which I don't know if that's the healthiest, but.
Nah, everyone's got the motivation and what impulses them to do what they do.
Yeah.
And that everyone's different, bro. Like you said, like you like certain music that hits you. I like certain music that hits me, and it's just like, that's your frequency.
Who's here in Kansas City that's like big, other than everyone always names Tech Nine? Like, who are the guys right now?
I mean, as far as like
who's everyone talking about right now? Because I don't really know. I'm not really in the music stuff.
Man, honestly, when it comes to like trap shit or
any music,
like I don't really do. You don't know anybody? I don't know anybody.
I've seen some artists on your like podcast.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, when it comes to the Hispanic side, Mafia is definitely, I feel like, has the most momentum. You know what I'm saying? There was a few others, but they don't make music no more.
Right, it's a grind. Yeah,
and like Almost Stupid, when they were active, they were active, bro. Oh, Seuss Mace, you ever heard of Seuss Mace? Seuss Mace is from Topeka.
Oh, really?
That's a guy. I've been trying to get Seuss on the pod, bro.
Oh, really?
He's from Topeka, so it's like a 2-hour drive. Yeah. And he's one of those socially awkward guys, but he's fast as fuck, bro. And he has like one of the cleanest fast flows I've heard. Yeah. My homie Christian met him. I remember back in like 2000, way a long time ago. I can't remember how long ago it was. And I remember he came over my house. He's like, I did a feature with this guy, bro. He's like, I was in Topeka and I met this guy and I did a feature with him. He's like, bro, this guy's going to be big. He's like, but he's fucking shy. He's like, he doesn't even know how good he is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, cool. And fucking Seuss he emailed me his verse, put the song together, they put it out. Mm-hmm. Fucking 10 years down the road, this dude's on Tech Nine's album. You know what I'm saying? For to be a Kansas City artist, bro, and for Tech Nine to like acknowledge you. Right. It's big. You know, he's not signed. I don't know why. I feel like he belongs on that label, but I'm sure there's a reason why. Right. Probably Tech is like, I think he might have seen that he had the potential to do it on his own. He's already had momentum, and it's probably better for Seuss to do it on his own. Right. You know what I'm saying? But
sometimes things just don't work. You know what I mean? Yeah. It is what it is. You know.
Yeah, but like Seuss is another one. But they're, you know, Mafia and Seuss are different lanes, bro. Right. Completely different lanes. Sleazy World, I know, is from KC, but I don't listen to him, so I don't know much about him. Who else? Fuck, I don't even know, bro. Those are the only names that come up.
That's what's weird about Kansas City, bro. It's like, you know, don't get me wrong, we have artists throughout, you know, history, you know, from Fat Tone to, you know, whatever, name him. And but it's still like almost like these are like grounds for like, if you come here and like try, bro, like you can make a name for yourself. There's not a lot of people really here doing whole bunch.
I think social media changed everything, because before it was like you got to know someone, you know, mm-hmm. to create a buzz. Right. Now it's like if you got enough money, bro, and you can put money.
You got SoundCloud?
No. If you got money and you can, and you know how to market, and you know where to put your money in marketing, you can make a buzz. Because now you don't have to do shows. You just have to create a buzz on social media. Right. Like I know motherfuckers who don't really do shows. They do 2-3 shows a year, and are buzzing on social media. And like I'm talking like Muggsy's a social media buzz, bro. Like he's famous on the street because he's a social media buzz. Right. People recognize him because of the social media, not because he does seminars and he's, you know what I'm saying, off of social media. And rappers, that's the thing with rap, is like, if you can create a buzz on social media, you can make it. Because now we got that tool, you know what I'm saying? And like, fuck, music videos ain't even, like, people don't even care about the music videos anymore. They're like, I've seen rappers now, instead of shooting music videos, they go out and they just shoot reels that look like music videos, but they're literally just like a one shot. They make them look like it's a shot of a music video, but instead of shooting the whole music video, they shoot like 10 reels in different spots, and they use those reels to promote the song. And then the song gets the buzz, and they just keep fucking figuring out ways and techniques to keep promoting the song until they get a big enough buzz, and then they do the show.
That's weird.
Because now they got
music
people.
Videos used to be the thing.
Yeah, bro. If you had, bro, back when I started shooting music videos, I started because I knew that there was profit there, because I'm like, I can make this guy look normal, and I can make him into a star. And that's how I found the profit, or that's how I found the value in music videos. You know what I'm saying?
What were those shows, bro? Like on BT and MTV, like they used to go on and like pay like an hour long music videos.
Back then, man, it was a different, digital game wasn't there. Right. I think most of those, it was film. Yeah. And cameras were fucking expensive. You know what I'm saying? So cameras became less expensive, more affordable to the normal consumer. People started seeing that music videos are not that hard to edit. Right. But then you got guys like Skrilla who make music videos hard to edit because he makes his shit fucking crazy, bro. Like, he's got a lot of effects in this shit. And he basically, in Kansas City at least, he took the music video game to another level for Kansas City. Oh. That's the reason he's on my podcast, because I come from the video background, and when I seen him doing what he's doing, he's making me be more competitive in the video world, and then he's also adding a lot of value to the artist, because now when the artist has his video, oh shit, they're doing something. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a standard. It's a standard now.
Is he like a producer?
He's a music video. He's a video guy. Okay. But he does a lot of stuff, bro. Like, he does music videos. I think he organizes lowrider shows. Oh, okay. He's big in the car community.
Nice. Yeah, I go to a lot of the Fourth Friday kickbacks. Those are always fun.
Well, you
down
probably
there
see
in the
him.
West Bottoms.
Yeah, you probably see him out there.
Yeah, because I have a YouTube channel called Mid-Map Moto. You've seen my motorcycle in the garage, and so we'll like ride around and make videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
I've been trying to get out there, bro. I don't know if you seen the channel. Like I do vlogs too, apart from the podcast, because we're just trying to add some more flavor into the channel. Oh shit, my bad.
No, you're good.
And so we went out to a few lowrider shows. We went out to 2, and one vlog didn't make it.
I seen the Cinco de Mayo one. I think.
Yeah, that was one. Yeah, that was like we showed up for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you guys are doing an interview right in front of my grandma's house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of them you're talking to this white dude. I was like, I know that.
You talking about on the west side?
Yeah, they knocked it down though. It used to be the Blue House right next to the Guadalupe Center.
Yeah.
They knocked it down.
Oh, they knocked it down. Oh, that is an empty lot.
Like a year or two ago.
It was empty. I think it was an empty lot when we were there.
Yeah, I think a couple of years ago they knocked it down. Yeah, because we had to clean it out with her to get all her shit out.
Funny you say that. We were actually supposed to shoot tequila that day.
Oh really?
Yeah, we went out to shoot tequila, but nothing worked out that day. Nothing that I'd planned worked out that day, and I was like, man, fuck this shit. We're not shooting tequila.
Right.
And I just didn't. I felt like the song was good, and I wanted a good video.
You were going to shoot it at like the Fiesta right there? Or?
Well, it's because we were, the corridos tumbados were coming out, and there were corridos, but the videos had nothing to do with country shit. They had nothing to do with caballos and horses and nothing. They were just shooting those things like trap videos.
Right.
So we were going to shoot tequila like a trap video. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not a trapper, bro. I'm not going to be out there with fucking guns and ARs and dumb shit. So I was like, let's just go to the city, find a nice spot, and try to figure it out. But nothing worked out. So my homie John was there, and he was like, well, they got some shit going on at the Cinco de Mayo. He said, maybe we could go get some shots there.
Was this last year?
I feel like that video. 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
2 years ago. I drop a song a year, bro. Huh? I said I drop a song a year. No, it was 2 years ago. And when we showed up, I took my camera just to see if we could get B-roll or whatever. And when I got there, I already had the idea of like going out and doing vlogs and doing pretty much like a podcast on the go type shit, So once we got there, I told John, I was like, bro, here's the mic. I'll be the cameraman. Fuck it. Let's just go ask people random questions. So, John was like, what's hot right now? So we're like, Peso Pluma. Peso Pluma's blowing right now. You know what I'm saying? Pause. And we started asking people just random questions about Peso Pluma. And that's actually where I met Mafio. Because we were down there interviewing people, and he came up to me. And he had already seen the reels for my podcast that I'd been putting out, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I like the podcast." Mm-hmm. For me, that was like, "Bro, come on, like now we got to do one now." You know what I'm saying? Like that was how I got him on, but yeah, that's why we were on the west side, bro. We were supposed to shoot tequila, and we didn't end up shooting tequila.
Yeah, I used to go to those the Cinco de Mayo fiestas a lot, bro, but. I don't know. They started wanding people and shit like that in there. And, yeah, like security guards and shit, checking you and going in there. And, bro, down there, I ain't going anywhere without my strap. I don't go anywhere here without my strap. So it's like I'm not walking into a place where I could potentially be one dude without a gun. Like, how are they monitoring the entire – it's on a fucking block. Like, I don't know if some dude's going to run to the backyard and start shooting up another dude he don't like, and I'm in the fucking middle of him. You know what I mean?
It gets active, bro. It got active that day. But we left.
Yeah, because I remember. I think I was there that same day you were, and I walked up to there, and I hadn't been to one in a minute, bro. Yeah. And I walked over and I seen them wandering, and I just turned back around. That picture of my motorcycle in front of the church right there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Sacred Heart.
The owning a gun's a whole nother level of thing. Because like when you don't have a gun, you don't think about that shit. You just show up to places. Yeah. But once you have a gun, you're like, I'm never showing up without it.
Never, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And because I just look at it as, I mean, it's better to have it than not have it at the moment. You know what I mean? So.
No,
and it doesn't fucking.
I got mine stolen, bro. My dumbass.
Oh, really?
Went upstairs, put the groceries up, forgot that I left it in my car.
That happened to me too.
Woke up the next morning. They didn't make a mess, but I noticed something from my center console was on the floor. And
Same thing with mine, bro. That's exactly. I walked out. It was the day that what fight was it? I think it was probably a Canelo fight I had here. But I walked out in my truck. I went to my truck, and the fucking center console was open.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, fuck, bro, that's a sick feeling, bro. It's my Glock 17, bro, all decked out too.
That was my concealed, bro. That little sick.
Unfortunately, it's probably somebody I know, so that's the sad part. Usually, that's how it happens.
Mine wasn't. Yeah. We had just moved in.
Well, I had a lot of people over at the house.
You know? Oh yeah.
It's like,
no, mine wasn't. We had just moved into a neighborhood, and we didn't know that there was a plague of random people just coming through and checking cars. They're not breaking windows or nothing. They were just checking open cars.
Yeah, checking to see if they're open.
They got me, man. They got me for my little. I had a SIG. I think it was a 395.
Yeah.
SAS. Beautiful little gun, man.
That sucks, bro. And them motherfuckers ain't cheap, dude. You know, so it's hard.
Luckily, it's not the only one I have, but you know what I'm saying? I was sad about it.
I was sad too for a minute, bro. I was like, fuck, man. I was like,
then you got to go report
I had like a $200 flashlight on that bitch.
You got to go oh, fuck. Yeah. Mine had engraved sights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it had an engraved sight, and it's a night vision sight.
I always wanted an engraved gun. You ever seen those? I follow a guy that does a lot of metal work like that. Where they carve the scroll work into the fucking barrel and shit.
This one, the sight's only on the back. You don't have a point in the front.
Oh, really?
So if you see the green light, that means you're pointing straight.
Oh,
if the green light disappears, that means your gun's at an angle.
What?
Yeah. So it's you have to really get used to your draw.
Yeah.
To get that light to show, and then once it shows, you got to aim it right where you need.
That's dope, because lining up the fucking 2 dots to the 1 dot, shit,
bro.
That shit sucks.
No,
this is field goal to the 1 dot.
Bro, I had to sit there and I had to practice that draw, because it was.
Yeah.
When I first went to the gun range to shoot it, I was fucking shooting everywhere, bro. Every corner.
Well, luckily, a majority of incidences with a firearm is usually, they say, within like 6 feet or something like that. So
yeah,
you just gotta go like that. If you can do that,
that's why there's that debate where it's like how many rounds you need.
Yeah,
you know, you shouldn't.
That shouldn't be a debate.
You shouldn't need more than fucking 6, bro. Like, really?
Oh yeah, if you want to carry 6, that's fine. But I don't want the government limiting my magazine capacity.
Oh no.
We don't want that
at all. No, I want to have
that. But yeah, no. I mean, fuck, dude. You know, you carry a 6-shooter with an extra mag. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, depending on where you go. I don't know. You roll through some areas, you might need
more.
You know, truck gun.
I mean,
because bro, some of these motherfuckers, bro. I mean, my buddy, I tell him be careful, but hangs around a lot of these young dudes in Northeast and shit. And I'm like, the shit I see that when I'm with them and they pull out the back of their trunks, bro. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all going to war?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
No.
My little fucking Glock over here, bro. I got to put the AR in the truck.
No, I remember I was on Independence Avenue one time and a shootout broke out, bro. And it was no hang. It was rifles.
Yeah.
Pow, pow, pow.
Bro,
and it was a long shootout. It was like 5 minutes, bro. That was the longest 5 minutes.
Fucking reloading and
shit. We were getting
shit.
tacos, bro. Just fucking sitting on the ground with a taco in my hand.
Fuck that,
like,
bro.
Fuck tacos.
I've seen too many. Dude, I was at the fucking, what's that green gas station on Independence Avenue? Right by that jewelry store, the Subway. Right by the college right there. It's like a BP right there. Almost when you're going into downtown. Pumping gas, bro. Just fucking roll in. Dumped on a motherfucker, dude. I was scared. I was like, oh shit. I fall down in the back of the car, bro.
I used to cut hair over there, bro.
Yeah.
And I saw a shootout broad daylight, like Sunday after church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, it's fucking crazy over there.
It's wild, bro. You just fucking definitely be prepared in certain areas you go, but yeah, man. Shit, bro. What else? What else is new, man? What else you got going on? You gonna make another music video next year or what?
Yeah,
this year, but it'll release next year.
I gotta put out another music video this year, man. No, I'm working with. I've been talking to this dude named Laquimbe. He's a videographer. He offered to shoot a video for me.
Oh, nice.
And we've been talking about a song here and there, but man, honestly, like when it comes to music, I just feel like it comes with a lot.
I know, but do you still love it though?
I do, but I don't think it's rap anymore. You know what I'm saying?
That's you getting older.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's rap anymore, bro. Because I'm, shout out Juan Carlos. I've been fucking with my homie Juan Carlos. He's a percussionist. Man, he's part of a big ass band, but like they play music that it's just not like, it's not my genre.
Oh yeah.
So I always forget the name of the band that he's in, but it's a Kansas City band and they're international, bro. Let me get this shit right because I want to shout.
Like a band, like a banda, or
No, like that's his band,
mm-hmm.
bro. Your wife, I don't have Wi-Fi, so it's not popping up. But anyways, his band's international. Like they go to Panama, they go on tour type shit. He's a percussionist.
What's a percussionist? What is
He
it?
plays like the conga.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like the.
Yeah.
But one of my dreams was always like to make cumbias, bro, or just like that type of shit. You know?
When is that shit gonna come back, or is it already coming back?
I don't even know. But I'm more of a vibe. Like it's just more of a vibe. Like I just want to feel good music now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like rap always brings out the aggressiveness.
Who'd you listen to for cumbias? Why? I got a buddy, Caesar. He's into cumbias. That's his thing.
I like Salsa Piña. Listen to a lot of Salsa Piña.
He sends me songs, but I'm not too familiar with a lot of them.
I don't know a lot of their names, bro. Like I know
that's how me, bro.
I know the songs, but
if you hear this, that's how I am, bro.
Antonio Molina, something like that. I like the wepa shit, bro. Like that slowed down cumbia. A lot of Colombian cumbia, pretty much is what it is.
Yeah.
Because cumbia comes from Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Mexicans.
I feel like you were a Cumbia Kings fan, bro.
Hell nah, bro.
Why not? Why they get so much flack, bro?
Because
they got some bangers.
They do, but it was like commercial cumbia. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, when AB did that song with the Intocable.
Do you know why I don't like?
That was a good fucking
song. Do you know
song.
why? Do you know why you like Cumbia Kings and I don't? I'm not saying I don't like Cumbia Kings. I'm not saying that, but you know why? Like because I said
Mexican inside
because you're like because they're from here. You know what I'm saying? They're from here. They made cumbia that's from here. You know, I'm from Mexico, bro. I like that cumbia that comes from there. And just like a Colombian don't like Mexican cumbia, they like Colombian cumbia.
But I also like Los Originales. Like this, like I don't know. For some reason, it's just
Cumbia Kings had hits, bro. They did, but like when I don't fucking like I don't play Cumbia Kings right now, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like when I hear the cumbias I like, bro. It ain't Cumbia Kings, bro. It's not Cumbia Kings.
Hey, it's cool, bro. It's
but no.
Go listen to that song I told you, though. That's a good song with AB Quintanilla and...
No, like I said, I remember when they were out, bro, it was hot. People were fucking bumping the shit out of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just grown to like that sonidera type of cumbia. It's more of like the urban cumbia. You know, that's why it's slowed down. It's like chopped and screwed.
Yeah, there was a bunch of different phases too. Remember the Duranguense phase that everybody went through?
Yeah, the pointy ass boots pointed up.
Oh yeah, the pointy three ball. Yeah,
remember
when 3 Ball came out, bro?
The Duranguense era was fucking cowboy hat straight up, and boots just.
Mm-hmm. The motherfuckers look like this.
I called it like the fucking Mexican techno.
Yeah. Hey, some of that shit was fire though. I ain't gonna lie.
It was.
Some of that shit had like an EDM type vibe.
The guy they killed, I can't remember what his name was, but he was one of the biggest Duranguense artists.
Oh, really?
They killed the cartel shit. I think is what it was.
I think I still got a 3 Ball playlist. Dude.
Yeah, he was one of the most popular Duranguense songs was his, and I think it was some cartel shit.
Yeah, probably, bro. I used to listen to one singer a lot. He got they all got the same story, bro. That shit sucks.
Yeah.
That shit sucks because they take them away young, you know? Same thing in the rap world, you know?
Yeah.
But what can you do?
Yeah. To go back to your question, man, but like I said, I'm trying to focus more on the podcast, trying to reorganize the direction. Because I feel like last year we tried something. I got co-hosts and I was letting them pick the guests, and it got a little hectic for me. Because I feel like they're good guests, but it's like you want to interview the people you want to interview.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And the problem with me is that not only do I interview them, I also have to edit that fucking thing. And then you sit there and you're like, fuck, I don't want to edit this fucking episode. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, I feel like I kind of like jumped too early into that. I feel like I need a team behind me to be able to have 2 co-hosts bringing in guests, because that's too much work for one guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to like still have them, but I want to take my time with strategizing my guests more, because I didn't realize that it was going to affect my motivation to edit and push the shit out. You know, because that's what really fucking.
And do you want to keep yours open though, like to any type of people, anything, or
I
do you want to
do.
focus in more music?
No,
Or?
mine's more about learning because I don't
Right.
always, I'm not always interested in interviewing rappers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you could still be there.
I could still be there.
If you could,
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, but I like having conversations with everybody, bro. Like,
Right.
well, shit, we might have the mayor one day. Who knows? We might learn something from him. You know what I'm saying? One of the vlogs we did.
Tell him to call me if you do. I have some questions.
Yeah, one of the vlogs we did at the Oliver building. We were actually there to shoot video for a real estate agent, and we ended up doing a vlog because she didn't. We were gonna shoot the vlog for her, but she wanted a real estate building video, and we didn't do that. We did vlogs. We did like it. That wasn't an event that we were even like, oh, we wanted.
She wanted like some professional type.
She
shit.
wanted, real estate videography.
Yeah.
But we didn't offer that. We were more of a podcast
Right.
videography crew. So we showed up and we're like, this. She didn't know what we did. She just knew we shot video. So we were trying to get interviews for her to bring people into this building or whatever. And I didn't know shit about this building, bro, on the West Bottoms. So I ended up keeping the vlog for myself because it was so interesting. I learned so much that day.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? That I didn't know
dope.
about Kansas City, that I didn't know about West Bottoms. So she didn't like the vlog. So I just ended up I took all the real estate shit out, and then I just kept the story for the building. Because I learned a lot, and I was like, I think people are going to like, learning about this. And it's one of those videos that's like only certain people are going to watch. But if that building's ever demolished, if that building's ever gone,
yeah, it's a piece of history
the video is going to be right there. You know what I mean?
To be able to explain, I follow a page called Casey Yesterday. I actually tried getting him on the show. He or she, I don't know who runs it, but they just told me right now that they're not, they're interested, but they're just not at this moment. And
doing a podcast.
Yeah, because I get it. I don't know if they've ever done one before.
Yeah.
And like you said, it can be a little intimidating when there's 3 cameras facing you and you gotta.
But they also look at
2
your
hours.
content too. Your
Right? Yeah,
content.
maybe I'm not big enough for them. Maybe they were trying to be polite. I don't know. But
trust me, I've been turned down.
Yeah, me too. Which doesn't make any sense to me because there's not very many podcasts here, and me, you, and as well as the other ones are kind of the people who have been around for a while.
I feel like people that are trying to do something need people like us.
Yeah.
Because
we've seen that.
We're amplifiers. Right. We amplify what they're doing.
Yeah, because who's listening to the radio?
Exactly.
Not really anybody.
Exactly.
Bro.
And it takes the people want third person content. Or second. Would it be second person? Like so like your reels about me, was that second person or third person? But what I'm saying is like that certifies me. Yeah. You're like, oh, someone else is interested in them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's cool too to also be able to relate with your area. You know what I mean? Like we come from this area, so we're talking about things in this area, or we're talking about people that live in this area. And I think that's the cool part about our stuff. It's where if you're listening to whatever in California, like I like Rogan, it's cool, but I learn a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong, I watch a lot of his content, but also too, I relate more when I listen to like yours or the other ones that I've had on.
Why is that? Is that because it's Kansas City? Or,
yeah, because it's local.
Yeah,
like even right now, like I've been trying to focus more on local politics and stuff like that, and have politicians come on and reach out and extend offers. And to be able to
go to these networking events.
Yeah,
you're gonna meet a lot of people that you can interview. It's worth it, bro. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to talk afterwards.
It could be, sometimes it could be, I mean, you see the same people over and over a lot, but I mean, the mayor's there, fucking people that are like part of the I don't fucking know, bro. There's a lot of, if you want to get into the politics, like go to these things, especially like these real estate stuff, because a lot of these people are like, they're in charge of different areas in Kansas City, and they can tell you about, like I said, like the Oliver building, we were interviewing people that are like representing certain stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's like up there. Mm-hmm. And the conversations can get political because they're like, well, if he changed the dynamic of this neighborhood, where are the haunted houses going to go?
Right.
What's going to happen to the haunted houses?
Yeah. No, I get it. I don't mind. I'll definitely check out an event for sure and take
Yeah.
your advice. My thing is more of a, I extend the offer through social media. One, it's faster and
Yeah.
easier. Time too, like, you know how it is. Time's hard to fucking
Yeah.
get. And I know a lot of them don't want to. So it's like I'm targeting, certain ones that I've heard through the grapevine are interested.
Yeah.
Either they've seen my stuff or
Yeah.
someone has recommended it, because, majority of these guys don't want to do this right here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're used to 5-minute segments
Yeah.
where they already talked prior
Yeah.
and they said, hey, we're not going to talk about this, and this. You can only ask me about this.
Yeah,
So
I feel like they fear that open canvas.
And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, especially if you're a fraud, and if
Yeah.
you're a fraud, which a lot of them are,
Yeah.
they don't want to come on and be exposed, because you will get exposed in 2 hours. Like, you can all, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're really good liars.
Like
but
when Theo interviewed Donald. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
yeah, or even when Joe Rogan, it took even Joe Rogan admitted, there's a lot of there was a lot of circling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I remember
he had good points and he had some circling, and it's just a lot of them are not used, and he's not even a politician. That's the thing. He's a business guy. But like a lot of these dudes, and I watch them, and it's so weird how scripted that shit is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so odd.
I hate those type of interviews, man. I hate, like, even sometimes I feel like artists can be that way.
Yeah.
All they want to do is like they don't want to get into nothing else that doesn't have to do with their art,
Right.
because they want to promote their art, and that could be very like
that's all they want to talk about.
yeah. But I feel like it takes away from, like, people want to get to know you.
Right.
People who want to consume your art,
Mm-hmm.
like, should get to know who you are, and if all you want to do is like sell what you're trying to sell, you're limiting your audience
Right.
from loving you more,
Right.
or not.
Or figuring you out.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's probably why they stick to that, because then it's like, I won't be judged. They only know this about me. I don't want them to judge my entire history or whatever, which I don't think is good either. I mean, but do whatever you want.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
Yeah. That's
whatever works for you.
Yeah. I'm like you, man. I came to the conclusion. I'm like, I'm not always going to look for the biggest guy. This guy's doing something cool. Let's go check him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like, you look for the biggest guy all the time, you're going to get some pretty shallow interviews.
Yeah. And also they're harder to get a hold of. You know what I mean? Like, they're harder to even get their eyes to even look at your shit.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I just think normal people have just as interesting lives as blue check marks.
Right.
I mean, I've talked to dudes, I'm sure you have too, that are just like, damn, bro, that's a fucking crazy ass story, bro. What the fuck? Does anybody else know about that?
Yeah.
And that's the shit I like to hear, man, because, and a lot of our stories are relatable. They're just in different types of environments or different situations. But
and some
we
of
all
the
go through
guys,
some shit.
yeah, some of the guys that got the best stories are not social media guys.
Right.
Because I know a few, and to get them on is impossible, man. I'm like, bro, somebody's got to hear your story. It could change your life, probably. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The sad thing is sometimes is when you put that camera in front of them, it changes them.
Oh, dude, when I first started, my first attempt was a live video. Bro, like, I was streaming before, but when I went on Facebook Live and that pressure got on, it was different, bro. Like, I felt like I had to prop myself up and, like, I had to keep the energy going.
When you did the Facebook Live?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, that's live is another.
Yeah,
I've only done one live podcast.
Yeah, my first 4, I think, were live.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, that's a whole nother ball game. I heard you talking about that on one of your podcasts.
Yeah, they were all live. So, like,
you're reading comments and shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of dope, though.
But at
the same time, it's like
I dove in the deep end.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Well, I say there's no editing, but I don't even edit my podcast. I just edit the breaks.
Yeah, but you don't have that pressure of, like, who's watching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or a random ass question that just popped in. You're like,
yeah.
Oh, shit, how do I
well, like,
that?
I've had situations on podcasts where I had to cut stuff out because the person asked me to.
Right.
Because I asked them a question that they didn't tell me they didn't want to talk about, but it was something that they probably never thought that I was going to ask.
Right.
And then
they thought about it later and they were like,
yeah,
take that out.
Or, no, like, right then and there, they're like, I could see the face change. And like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then afterwards, hey, bro, can you cut that part out? Like, I don't want to give that person credit or that person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just like politics, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I feel like
that's why I always
artists,
try to warn them. You know what I mean? Like prior, like hey, just don't be aware. And then also too, if you don't feel comfortable with it, don't answer it. Just say, I'd rather not get into that. You know what I mean? I respect that. I feel like a lot of people would respect that, but some people think they have to answer it if they're asked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if not, it's like, oh, what? You scared of that question?
Right.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah, I thought about that on the way here. I was like, what am I don't want to talk about? Couldn't find one.
Yeah. I mean, I always think it's best to be open, and I try not to get too personal into people's lives. You know what I mean? I think that's one thing I've always been, aware of. Just like me, I keep certain things personal in my life. I don't think everything about my life needs to be put out there for people to know. Yeah. Am I pretty transparent overall? Yeah. But, there's just certain things you just like, I'm not going to go ask you how old your kids are and all that. You know what I mean? Or what are their names? I'm not going to ask these are personal things. You know what I mean? So I let the guests, I just ask questions that I think are interesting and then let them kind of go as deep as they want. Right. I think that's the best way.
That's a host.
Yeah.
Just to bring out, put the seeds out there and let the guests let them grow. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what I was trying to teach John when we interviewed Handyman. I'm like, bro, you gotta let Handy. This is his episode. We're promoting him, but John.
Hey, I understand where you were coming from when you were saying that. He was going hard, and I understand he was trying to get his point across. No, but
it's because
I think you three should do something though, because that fucking episode was funny as fuck. Yeah, all three of you were funny as fuck. Because it was funny. You're like the chill dude in the back. You're like, hey, hold on, let me ask this. And you would step in, and then you had what's the handyman guy's name? I can't remember.
Victor Caballero.
Yeah. And he was just. I'm telling you, bro, he had punchline after fucking punchline, dog. He's a funny his dude. Laugh is what cracks me up, bro. His laugh is funny as fuck. And your other boy is like, he had his own thing. He was funny as fuck too, trying to get his shit across, and you guys made a good trio.
Yeah, John's good at adding because he has all these things that he's like, oh, when I get on the next podcast, I want to bring this up so we can talk about this shit. Yeah. But like, sometimes when you pre-plan, like you got to make sure that's natural, comes in natural, and
the structure.
Not trying to punch it in.
Right.
And I feel like, when I brought my co-host in, I didn't realize how seasoned I already was.
Right.
Because I had been doing it by myself for a long time. I didn't realize it until I saw them come in, and I didn't realize that I had already perfected certain mistakes in my speech. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That they are struggling with now. Right. I don't
know if I've gotten past that one. I say about 53 times.
I mean, dude, like, no, I'm not saying I'm perfect.
105 times.
I'm not saying that, like, I'm perfect, bro. But like,
right, yeah. But I get what you mean.
But going back on the edits.
I think flow is the biggest thing. Yeah. It's just flowing.
Yeah. Going back on the edits, listening to the whole thing, listening to them, listening to myself, I'm like, dang, bro. We got a lot of work to do.
Well, honestly, I think, and I don't know if your other buddy, the handyman guy, wants to did he say he was going to do a podcast?
He has his own.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I got to get that guy on. That guy's funny as fuck. Bro.
Get him on here, bro.
That dude was cracking me the fuck up, bro. I got to get him and my boy Cutter together. That's what I got to do.
Yeah, dude.
Man, that would be, I'd probably get kicked off of fucking YouTube.
I want to do more with Handy. I thought about having him host a vlog or something,
but even you three as like you have a fourth one on or some shit. Yeah. Like I'm telling you, I haven't seen that style yet of.
Let's see what you do with him.
Yeah.
And then if it's fire, we'll fucking sit down.
Let's fucking do it.
We'll go to my studio and.
Yeah. Because I think I don't know, bro. Like that episode really reminded me of me kicking it with my buddies. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like all the shit we talk to each other. Like even like not letting your homeboy talk. You know what I mean? What's the other
Johnny?
John, yeah. Like, bro, like that's the shit that we like when we're out drinking and shit, like when we're all kicking it at whoever's house or whoever's porch and whoever's shop, we would all be busting each other's balls like that. Like that's how it was. And it was funny to hear that on the mic.
Oh, bro. You know what I mean? Was holding back so much. Bro, because one of the things I even told my girl this, I was like, if John doesn't figure out like his timing. I was like, I'm gonna pick on him so much, and I was like, and I don't want people to think that I'm just.
I think you should let him riff, bro. I think you should just let him riff, dog. Because I think it was. I'm telling you, it all fucking went together. It was funny as
Appreciate
fuck, dog.
you. Yeah, like, because thank you for letting me know that. Because I don't know that. I'm just like trying to.
Well, because we judge ourselves too much.
Yeah, I'm trying to perfect
this
shit. I'm trying to help him grow. I'm trying to do everything, but like,
nah, bro.
That's crazy that you saw that episode and was like, damn, that's dope.
I bet my furnace came on.
Nah, you're good.
Nah, bro. Damn, it must be cold as shit if that furnace turned on. I got it set to like 55 degrees.
God damn,
bro. Nah, bro. Before we wrap this up, though, like for real, bro, I think you should look at that though, and I might be wrong, but I haven't seen like I'm sure they're out there, right? But like to relate to. On my side of things, like with my buddies, like my buddies Caesar and Kondo and fucking Ralph and all these guys and Cutter, like we used to have like a group like us and like we would be just busting each other's balls all night, bro. And it'd be the funniest fucking shit ever, bro. The craziest shit you could ever think of was said that night to somebody, And I want to hear, sometimes I wish we had more of those type of episodes because everything else is like, like even me, I'm to blame, like health and fitness and fucking conspiracies and politics and all that shit. Sometimes it's cool to just have those one episodes of that podcast that, you can go on and just break away.
Just laugh.
Yeah, laugh. You know what I mean?
No,
just have fun.
We bust each other's ass or chops like a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
No, you're right. We did do a lot of that, and and me as the main host, like that was the first time I had met. That wasn't the first time I met Victor, Handyman, but it was the first time that I was going to sit down and have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
And we've never really kicked it like that. That was more John's. He's the one that brought him on.
Yeah.
But once we were in there, I was like, Handyman came in. He's like, man, who am I? This is not just about me. It's about everybody.
Nah, bro. That dude was a natural, bro.
That's what he said. Yeah. No, he is.
that dude was a natural.
That dude is a character, bro.
Yeah,
he's a character.
Fucking rolling, bro. I gotta go follow his. What did he say in a Snapchat?
Bro,
he just posts videos and shit, like people getting beat up.
Yeah. He's like Kansas City News on the street.
Is he? I'm gonna have to follow him, bro. That shit was.
Sometimes he posts. I'm like, where the hell does that happen?
Well, and bro, they were real about a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Too, like some of the stuff they were talking about. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I want to name one off the top of my head. It was a long podcast, but like. He wasn't given a bullshit generic ass response that you would hear from somebody. Like he was given a real ass response, like on the pros and cons of whatever they were talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then at the same time, it would just veer off into just like I said, busting each other's balls. He
went to, there was a protest at
the plaza,
at the fountain.
Yeah.
And he hit me. I told him, I was like, hey, where's the protest at? Because I wanted to go out there and get some footage. And he's like. He told me where he was. He's like, come through, bro. He's like, I'm posting up. He's setting up his podcast. I was like, all right, I'm going to come through. And I was like, we need to bring more American flags, bro. We look bad out here.
But that's the shit I'm talking about.
And he was like, I'll bring a Confederate flag. See what I'm saying?
Oh man, bro! I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna get him and my boy Cutter together, bro. I swear to God, dog. That shit would. Oh man, bro. But that's the type of comedy I like, bro. Yeah. No limits, no feelings. Fuck your feelings. Yeah. Like we're gonna say some craziest off the wall shit.
That's real
bro.
Shit. Like, bro, if we're gonna we gotta bring some American flags. Like,
we can't just be unfortunately, but
no, it's not. It's teaching people. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. And a lot of them are young too, bro. Like when I was young like that, bro, it was Mexico everything, bro. Like I didn't think about America. It was just Mexico everything. You wanted to be, that's your identity is Mexican. I want to fit in. But when you get older, bro, you start to appreciate things and you see like, oh man, I actually live in a nice place that takes care of me and I'm undervalued.
It's also what neighborhood you live in. You live in a neighborhood where it's mainly Hispanics. Yeah. You're not afraid to just fly in a Mexican flag.
Right.
Fucking go down to where you're the minority,
right?
You're gonna be like, oh fuck, should I just fly? Let me put the American up there too,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And,
well, I mean,
that's the thing is that America's looking at it like that.
Yeah. Well, but I think too, though, I think more of it's just respect. Why flag the flag that you don't want to go live at?
Exactly.
In the country you don't want to live in, which I get. There's a reason why a lot of them are coming over because it's certain conditions are not good, and not even just Mexico.
Yeah.
Central America. Haiti, all these other places.
But it's like flip the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. If an American was in Mexico protesting something about, unfair shit down there, and he was flying just an American flag.
That's what I said too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How's that gonna look? And me, I'm a fucking immigrant, bro. I come from Mexico. Mm-hmm. I represent Mexico. I got a Mexico hat. Mm-hmm. But I see the same shit. Like, I'm like, bro, we can't just be out here,
Right.
Like, are we taking the land or what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
That's what it looks like, bro.
Yeah, and you'll see some every now and then, bro. But yeah, like a majority of them, like what happened in L.A. and blocking off that highway and just, flying all Mexican flag. It's just...
It's like bad representation, bro.
It's a lot of kids, man. That's really what it is, bro.
Yeah, it is.
And really, honestly, the parents need to, figure out what the fuck, like you see your kid out there on the highway, you're like,
what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, you gotta watch. You got a fucking parent, man. I mean, and I'm not saying that for everyone. There's a lot of adults out there too, but
it's crowd mentality
other ways
too.
There's other ways to do things.
It's crowd mentality. Most people, sometimes they don't go out with the intention.
Also, I say, if you want to stir shit up, why the fuck you blocking the highway when these motherfuckers are trying to get to work or get home? Go to the ICE office or whatever and start protesting in front of that motherfucker.
Right.
Do what they did that one time during the BLM stuff. They burnt down a fucking police station. I'm not saying I condone it, but at least they went to who they had the problem with. You know what I mean? Like they didn't, right. Why go break into the stores of people that didn't even fucking do anything to you, or flip cars of people they ain't did shit. It's like, if you're gonna go face the problem, go face the problem. Don't make it an inconvenience for everybody else.
That's true.
So that's my thing. Because you may have turned a bunch of people that were on your side. Now they're pissed. They're like, what the fuck?
You're blocking the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So there's a lot of things to it, bro. And I'm not against protesting. I think protesting is very good. It's just ways to go about it. That's all I think. But,
definitely have to. Yeah. But we have to teach. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to speak about this shit.
Well, the problem, it's hard, bro. TikTok's fucking brainwashing the shit out of everybody, bro.
It's put fear in a lot of people, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe in aliens now, bro, because of TikTok.
Which aliens are we talking about, Doc? We're all over the place today on the fucking thing.
I bet it's aliens.
But yeah, man, it's I don't know. And that whole situation is so sticky, bro. You know what I mean? It's such a difficult, like, I understand you can't have an influx of 12 million people. If you can, please get a team of Thomas Sowell economist type guys and tell us if that's feasible. If not, which I don't think it is. I mean, a lot of nations wouldn't allow it. You know what I mean? So we kind of know the answer to that. The problem is you got to find a solution of why it's happening in the first place, and also our process of the immigration system itself. Yeah. It's a long ass process, and it requires money, and I'm sure some other things as well that go along with it.
But there's also a big, like, a lot of people like, just go do it the right way. You know how much money people spend to just get down here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then have to basically turn themselves in to start the process. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about, like, there's a lot of fear with people that are coming in to go just to start the process, because they feel like they're pretty much giving themselves in.
Right.
And then they could be deported.
Right.
And a lot of people prolong that process because of that fear, because they're just...
Can you start the process while you're in Mexico?
I don't know. I think so, yeah. But
let's be real of who's coming over, bro. A lot of them that are coming over don't have the time to, or the money to be able to start their process initially. No. So that's always been my beef. It's like, why aren't we holding Mexico accountable more? Like, why aren't we more discussing as well in these protests, Mexico, why aren't you taking care of these people? Yeah. Central America, wherever the countries, they're not just coming from Mexico. They're coming from a lot of other countries.
Yeah.
Why are your people fleeing? Why are your people coming here? Yeah. Let's focus on that as well, right. Just as well as we should focus on revising our immigration process as well.
There's a lot of people using Mexico to come through too, though.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah,
it's our neighboring country. So.
Well, I always wondered that, like, why.
The only way you can really is Canada, which I've seen stories back in the day that they've done too. Yeah, it's just harder, more expensive to come up.
It's colder.
Go down. Yeah. So and also too, I think my biggest thing too, bro, and what I have the biggest issue is, and I've talked about this I think on the last episode. is the exploitation of cheaper labor, you know, and I'm not going to say all of them go through that because I know some very well people that don't have papers and they get paid very well in the jobs they do. But I have a pretty confident feeling that a majority get taken advantage of by big corporations. And that's what I don't like. And I understand people be like, well, your strawberries are going to go to $21 a fucking carton. Then let it. If that helps.
Your house paint job.
Yeah, everything's going to go up. Okay, let it, you know, because at some point stuff stops selling.
Yeah.
And when stuff stops selling, you got to lower prices, you know. And for right now, to promote the fact of you would rather this guy bend over for fucking 6, 12, 14 hours a day picking fucking whatever, you know, like, bro, yeah, respect. But ask him how he feels on that shit. You know, he'll put a camera in his face and he'll tell you how proud he is and what he does. But you take him back and have a beer with him and you know, on the porch, and he'll probably tell you how much it fucking sucks, dog.
But imagine if he was still having better opportunity doing that.
No, yeah, for sure.
Than what he would have been doing back home.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because but that's why we need to figure out why there's that problem at home, right?
Yeah. Because like,
what do they say? Do they ever tell you? Like, do you ever hear rumors of like what it is that Mexico's doing wrong to their people that are they're wanting to flee?
Corruption.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which we have everywhere, but I guess it's maybe on a different level there.
Well, I mean, the peso's fucking 18 per dollar.
Do they have government assistance down there too?
The average salary down there. Like, my cousin can eat out one day. She could go out, eat her salary in one night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why people are fleeing, because the money's not the same. Doesn't hold up the same value. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
it's not as cheap as you think it is.
You're working your ass off just as much, but coming down here and making whatever $14, $15 an hour is more still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, how do you fix that? How do you fix the peso, bro?
I don't know. What sucks is, bro, in the middle of all this corruption and greed from these companies and these governments, the people are the ones who lose. You know, that's what sucks.
Yeah.
You know, the Mexican people lose.
Yeah.
The American people lose. Everybody loses, bro. You know, and all it does is divide us, and that's the shitty part. You know, and if we were to somehow, you know, eradicate that, you know, I think the world would be a lot better. Not saying we wouldn't be fighting or doing other things, you know, like there would still be crimes and fighting and stuff like that, but I think it would be at a very smaller level. You know what I mean? Not as big as it is now. You wouldn't have an influx of 12 million people over the last 4 years that are trying to escape their countries that aren't taking care of them, you know?
Yeah, and criminals definitely. Yeah. I mean, I agree with that.
Oh, deportation wise, yeah. The problem is how they're using the word criminal. That's the issue right now, is because they keep throwing that word out loosely. Which
have you heard Chingo Bling talk about it lately?
No, I haven't.
Like I
know he went like straight, like right wing Republican.
He went, he's super Trump, bro. But I understand his point though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because like they're pulling out records of all these people that they're deporting, and they all have a criminal background, and where are the records of someone's grandma getting deported? You know what I'm saying? Like, TikTok causes a lot of that fear, and a lot of people just post shit, and they create false,
like a false flag,
flag that something's happening that's really not.
Yeah,
you know, like.
Well, like what happened at that Liberty Mexican restaurant the other day. You seen that, right? Yeah. Where they went after a child molester.
Yeah, and then they got
all the other ones got rounded up with them. That's the shit that sucks.
That shit sucks. But it's always been that way. Like, I remember when Bush was the president, bro. Like, I had like a work permit back then. I had to be careful because if I was caught with one of my friends who didn't have shit, I was going in too for supporting them.
Or hell, Obama. He was deportation in chief, man.
Bro,
he was crazy. Fucking sending a bunch. He was like 1 point something million people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he started DACA, which I think a DACA is a good I have so many friends on DACA, bro, and it pisses me off that they don't give it like a 5-year. Like you're on DACA for 5 years. You paid your fucking shit, whatever your fees, whatever it is. like, bro, you should start heading towards citizenship. Like, why aren't we looking at that? Is this a business now? You know what I mean? Like, you just want to keep them on it forever so you can keep getting that money? Like, come on, man. We gotta be able to compromise here. I mean, these are people who have been living here since fucking 3 years old, you know, or 4 or 5, however old they were. They had to have a fucking clean ass record, more clean than a majority of fucking people here, and had to graduate high school and all these requirements. Give them an outlet.
Exactly. But then again, you become a citizen, you pay taxes. Like, you make more money. You create a taxpayer for the rest of their life. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we eliminate that excuse of, well, and it's not an excuse, it's a valid reason, but like, well, how do we know when they're paying taxes? Well, I mean, there's a way.
They're paying taxes, whether they're using someone else's social security number.
Right.
Those taxes are getting taken out.
Yeah. And a lot of times they're not able to claim at the end of the year.
They don't claim the taxes. They don't claim the benefits. They don't, none of that.
Yeah. I've had a lot of friends that have gone through that. But we also know there's a lot that aren't either. You know, just like, you know, Americans can get away with that as well. You know, anybody can work under the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's not be naive. There's going to be people that aren't from here that are skirting around the taxes. So if I had the keys to the city, bro, this is what I said. If I had the fucking keys, if you finally put a libertarian in fucking office, I would get those, you know, hey, those Thomas Sowell type guys. Hey, can we handle this influx? No? Okay. Well, let's start with all the fucking criminals, at least that we know of.
Right.
Boom. Violent criminals. Let's, you know, to describe that. Because, you know, technically, if you cross the border, it's considered a crime. So it's criminal. That's why they need to define it a little bit.
It's actually not.
I've been seeing a lot of stuff on TikTok.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there's something, you go down that rabbit hole of, it's a civil suit or some shit.
Yeah.
But
it's not a crime.
So, I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean,
but
I feel like that's play on words.
What about,
you know what I mean? But this is what
not everyone comes illegally though.
Right.
They come as tourists and they just extend their.
But just like in Mexico, like I've seen some people posting videos in Mexico, they get deported as well.
Right.
You know, if you stay over. There's probably some that escape. Who knows? There's probably illegals in Mexico.
Right.
From America.
For sure.
You know, I'm sure that's everywhere. But that's what I would do. I would say, hey, can we handle this? No. All right, let's start with this. Sorry, the last 4 years, you know, we had a president that fucking was ridiculous, being irresponsible, let everybody in. We can't do this. Okay. So we got to we got to start going back, you know?
Right.
But I think, and this is why I don't know why they don't see this, and that maybe it's something we can't do, but the 30 million that have been here probably 10 plus years, just give them fucking citizenship, bro. They done been here for fucking ever. That's
what the amnesty.
Just say, hey, come out. Remember the amnesty at one point. Yeah.
One point, that's why my aunt came. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what people are asking for.
Well, and then after that, I understand because we can't continue to give amnesty because then we'll keep having the problem.
Yeah.
But then just go, all right, we're shutting it down.
Yeah.
Boom. Done. Let's also revise
When's the last time we've had one?
The 90s? It's
been more over the decade, bro.
Because they had one.
It was early 90s.
Because my wife's family, they're from, her family's from Michoacan, and they're in California, and they got papers somehow. I thought
not an amnesty.
Maybe not an amnesty, but it was easier to get papers back then.
The last amnesty happened like in
60s or some shit.
No. It was. I think it was late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. So then maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Because my aunt got one, but that's the thing is like what. You know, like, don't do it every 10 years, do it every other decade or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like.
Yeah. But then you just keep encouraging the issue that you're having of people coming into the country. You know, that's the problem. You know, it's like what is right and what's wrong? I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? That's the fucking, you know, what I try to show more of and discuss more on is the abuse of cheap labor, bro. It's just not right. You know what I mean? And these companies are making enough money, bro, where they can still sell this stuff and pay workers a decent wage, bro. You know? And to me, if we don't want that to fucking happen, I mean, you know, if we don't have the labor force, if they say we really don't, then let's try to find a middle ground here. You know what I mean? We can still lock the borders down and still give people citizenship.
How are people going to take the increase in prices because of that labor? It's going to cost.
You don't buy it.
And
you just can't afford it. It's going to hurt.
As a business, how do you run that?
You have to decrease prices now. You got to
how do you pay this increase in labor and decrease your price because the price is set on the labor.
You're
right
not
now.
going to get your 25% profit every year. You're going to have to take a hit in profit. A lot of these companies, bro, come on the show if you want to prove I'm wrong, but maybe I am in certain companies, but they're making
more
insane amount of profit.
Yeah.
Fucking Boeing or Spirit, I don't know what fucking company, airline company was on.
You're right.
In court, they were 55%.
Yeah, we don't really know exactly what their profit range is. Yeah, you're right.
We don't. And that's the thing is that, and I've seen it in construction, bro. It's like,
no, I've seen
you want to
it,
make your 30%, like,
I've seen it in, well, I've seen it in the painting business. You know, I worked for a painting company that I felt was underpaying the painters, but at the same time,
or even that restaurant on Liberty. I don't know if they were, but there was 12 of them, dog. Come on now, you didn't tell me they didn't know. Yeah. They knew, you know, and hopefully they were paying them well, but how do we know? You know what I mean? And it's like at some point and really what I would do, and I don't know why the government, I know why, because they get their back stretched by them, but go after the companies that are fucking hiring them. Doesn't that sound a little easier than fucking actually trying to run around neighborhoods, knocking on doors and shit? Why don't you just start not fining these companies because apparently they can pay it?
Right.
Actually start making some fucking
it's like
penalties for this shit.
They've said, like, I remember there was a way that you could get a permit to come from Mexico, work in the field. Like,
a lot of them do. I think they still. I've seen like people vlogging even crossing the like some of them even still live in Mexico right at the border, and they'll cross into whatever state where they work.
I remember they put that in place, and like those are the type of systems I feel like we need to set up.
Yeah,
for people to come here, because a lot of people don't even want to be here permanently.
Yeah,
they want to be here. They want to work here, build their home in Mexico,
and go back. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those type of systems work for that, and that works for the economy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I have no problem with that. The problem is, too, is we need to get our shit together here first,
too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because we got a lot of issues, you know what I mean? Yeah. And, you know, we want to talk about, you know, like people needing jobs and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong, there are people out there that do need jobs.
Have you ever been out the country?
Out of the country?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you I went to Costa Maya, but that's like a tourist resort. Yeah. I went off the tourist resort. Yeah. In a taxi that the speedometer didn't work. Homie was driving like 90 miles per hour down brick roads and shit.
Yeah.
That was wild, bro.
Yeah, I feel like people need to experience that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, you could look up a YouTube video, bro. I mean, there's some fucked up shit.
It's not the same
out there.
Like I feel like people need to feel it.
Right.
To understand why people migrate.
Oh, I think people understand. It's a fact of, is it feasible? Is it something that can be continued? Can we keep continuing doing?
No. I get what you're saying. Like, there's got to be
like 12 million Americans 12 million Americans went into Mexico. You know what I mean? Yeah. They would be like, what the fuck? The Mexico border patrol.
Well, there's a problem going. There's a problem going on now in Mexico City.
Oh, is
Americans are increasing the fucking the living situation down there because they have American jobs. They're working remote.
Oh shit!
And living in Mexico City, and now locals that have been living there for years can't live there because the rent's 4 times what it was.
Yeah, shit. That even happens in America. Look what the Chiefs won all the Super Bowls and shit. Now Kansas City's getting more and more expensive every fucking year that goes by. Yeah. Shit sucks, dude.
Yeah.
You know, Yeah. I mean, what can you do, man?
Knock it all down. Fuck it.
What can you do? And there's no real easy solution to this problem. Bro. It's going to be a mess, bro. And, you know, this sucks to everybody that's affected. But, you know, at some point, it's like, you know, what do we do? You know, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'd love to hear somebody that actually has a valid answer to solve this problem.
Yeah.
But really, I think it just needs to go to the core of it, bro. It's like, you know, Mexico, man, we need to have better relationships with them and to be able to work together to figure this out, or you know, they need to start taking care of their people, bro. I mean, that's how I feel. You know, just like we need to start taking care of ours, and sometimes, honestly, here we take care of ours a little too much. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know poverty here in America, bro. I mean, come on now. Like you said, go outside of America and actually see poverty.
Take care of our people. Like, do you feel like we take care of our people too much?
Here?
I feel like we take care of the wrong people too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We take care of people too much. Bro, America's the only place in the world where, I feel like the only place in the world where poor people are fat. How the fuck is that? How the fuck is that, bro? Like, that don't make no sense to me, bro. Like, you go to fucking anywhere else, bro, and there's, and I'm not saying there's probably other countries that are too, that have the same situation, but like real poverty, bro, like not even Mexico poverty. I'm talking like fucking name somewhere across the pond. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I watched a little girl, I don't know where she was at in whatever Middle East country she was, or maybe it was Central America. I don't fucking know where she was. I didn't hear the audio. But she had a bowl, bro, and she knew what to do with that shit. Like she was like 5, and she was running to get in the middle of this fucking big ass group of people that were trying to get whatever they were putting in the bowl, whatever food it was, and she couldn't fucking reach up there, bro. And I'm fucking crying and shit, watching this shit, and the cameraman's just fucking filming her, which I'm like, man, fucking help this girl, you know what I mean, like. And finally, I think he does, or I don't remember how the video ended, but she was fucking bawling, bro, because she couldn't get food. You know what I mean? And it looked like some nasty ass fucking food, bro. That, like, where's her parents? Where's it? Maybe she doesn't have any, bro. Maybe she's living on the street. I don't know. You know, imagine what probably happens to that little girl. It's just shit like that, bro. I mean, not saying that doesn't happen here.
No, we were talking about that earlier. I was telling her, I was like, a lot of homeless people here are homeless because they're drug addicts or because they have mental issues. Right. I was like, but anybody who isn't one of those, there's no reason why they should be home. Right. Because I don't remember what we were talking. We were talking about being spoiled. I was like, even here, when you feel like your opportunities are low, I was like, you're still spoiled. Right. I was like, because it's completely different from over there. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, because you can have a low wage job, still get a little studio, and still be able to keep yourself in a place, right? Versus over there, you can't. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes up with
like 10 people. Trying to live in.
It takes more than just one person down there.
Yeah, that's the problem with the welfare system, bro. Is that you got to create an outlet for them. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people would just stay on it because it's like, well, if I just go a little above, they're not going to help me, and I'm gonna be struggling even worse. And if I just stay a little low, I might be struggling, but I'm fed and I have whatever else I need and my housing and. It doesn't give them a path out. It's almost like a modern day enslavement to the system. It's like you got to stay there. Really, I think it should be you get one golden ticket in a time of need where you really need it, and once you use it, bro, I mean, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Depending on the situation, there's some different health, issues and stuff like that. But really. I mean, there's a lot of GoFundMes and stuff like that do really good work. And, when you make things mandatory, that shit gets sticky, bro. Yeah. Mandatory taxes go to this. You're dealing with a lot of different people's money, bro. Yeah. Once you start doing that, that's like if me and you all of us here put a pot of money in there and I just go, hey, I'm going to use it for this. I ain't even going to ask you if you agree with it or not. Right. And you ain't getting no return on it. And if anything, I'm going to rack up our national debt to $32 trillion. Right, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't make sense. Yeah. You can't do that. Yeah. So, and unfortunately we've gotten so many people used to it that it's going to be a very big shock. I mean, we think the deportation of, possibly millions of people is a shock. Imagine you take the welfare system away from America. Damn. You're talking about a fucking shock, bro. Like you're going to see a lot of dead people in the streets.
That's what I was saying. Like
a lot of crime going up.
I feel like when you say we take care of our people too good, I feel like that's the problem. Like a lot of people that need to be working are on that.
But you got to pull that Band-Aid off at some point, bro. Yeah. And it sucks that, if I had to see it, and I'm not saying shit, I could probably be in the mix of it and get killed by somebody who's like, fuck, I can't get something to eat. I'm gonna rob this dude and, take his shit. Like I know that could be a possibility. Yeah. But I believe that if it's not right, we shouldn't continue doing it. So at some point we got to pull that Band-Aid and just, let it bleed, let it heal. And then hopefully, mellow out at some point, and once you're not reliant, then you have to go figure it out. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know if Mexico has like a welfare system, but
I don't either.
But I mean, if they did, I think more people probably would have stayed down there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Instead, they're like, hey, we got to come up here and we got to find a better job, Yeah. So there's reasons why, it's good and bad, but it's not feasible in the end.
So why, man, we're going to get down. We could go into this for hours. Right. Because I was like, You know, you're saying Mexico.
Dom's like, man, hurry the fuck up, dude. I was over there falling asleep, man. You know?
Because like I hear you say, you know, Mexico needs to take care of its people.
Yeah.
That also includes increasing the value of the money down there. You know what I'm saying? And America holds.
Or just make it affordable. Find them jobs. Do your fucking job of helping. Like that's your fucking job as a politician, to help people, not to figure out your next.
But I feel like everyone. I feel like everyone.
To whatever position.
Every country has that problem.
Yeah, some have it worse though.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
Because think about it. I'm not saying our government ain't corrupt. It's corrupt as fuck.
Yeah.
But there ain't 12 million people fucking.
Yeah.
In America trying to fucking move into another country. Yeah. You know?
It takes time, man. It takes time. It's gonna take time, you know, to get the peso up. Yeah. I feel like that's a thing. Like the dollar is more, it's worth more.
Shit, at some point we're headed that route too, bro. The dollar ain't worth as much as it was.
I think a euro's more too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Isn't it?
But it's all decreasing, man. It all sucks, bro. You know, and hopefully it'll turn around. You know, I think at some point you'll hit rock bottom, and it'll have to at some point. But at what cost of the bubble finally popping and the ugliness all comes out?
I feel like everything that's happening is part of the process, bro. Like things, like you said, things need to get shocked
We're in the situation because
order.
People think they need people telling them how to live and what to do. It's really what it is.
Yeah,
we look to leaders all the time. We have a weird thing of not being able to take care of ourselves and just, you know,
we don't have
do our own thing. It's like we always need people in these suits to come on TV and make us feel like somebody cares about us and that they're gonna, you know, help us. And it's just, do they throw you a bone? Yeah, because they learned a long time ago in history that if you just literally create peasants and you have only royalty and peasants, that doesn't work. Because after a while, people start rebelling and shit, and people start fighting back. Because you got to make sure that they're just cozy enough. They make just enough.
Yeah,
they're comfortable. Yeah, they're happy. Yeah. You know, they're fed.
They're not gonna fuzz.
Yeah, they don't want to fucking go and rebel back because, you know, fucking football's on fucking 12 o'clock Sunday. You know.
No, you got kids. You got bounce. You got to feed.
They said give them bread in coliseums and they'll never revolt. So, or bread in circuses, I believe is what they said. That was the old, I can't remember what philosopher said that, but, you know, basically our coliseums today are NFL stadiums.
yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
I mean, that's, you keep them distracted. Oh, and reality shows. Yeah. Real Housewives type stuff. Yeah. Or is it Real Housewives nowadays?
Dumb them down.
What is it nowadays?
Dumb them down. That's the thing. The reason that I don't fuck with rap no more is I feel like, you know, it affects how women are raised. Yeah. You know, and their mentality, especially women that don't grow up with fathers and kids that don't grow up with fathers. Like that's their father. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mentality they grow up with, and that's what they believe, and Facebook is what they believe, the memes is what they believe, and it all gets processed into that.
Yeah, it's fucking hard, man. It's hard. Because some of that shit slaps. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah, bro. Now with the whole political shit, man, that shit goes over my head, bro.
Hey, man.
I don't know what.
I always tell people this. It used to do that to me too, but at some point you're going to have to get involved.
No, the older I get, the more I pay attention.
Yeah. And it sucks you only have fucking two parties to choose from because people won't vote in libertarians. And I'll keep saying that over and over again. But, you know, unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, but fortunately, they're adopting some libertarian ideologies, so that helps. But I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. See what happens as time goes on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got anything else coming up?
Just bro. I got more episodes coming out.
Yeah.
But
just podcast episodes
for now. Vlogs. We got right now. Vlogs are down because it's winter. There's not a lot of events going on.
Yeah, there's not much going on.
But we're just trying to be creative, bro. Trying to get. For me, like, I just try to get knowledge out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can tell that the knowledge you try to put out is, you're very political. I'm not saying you are, or if you are or not.
Yeah, not really. I mean,
Are
I'm a political person. I share a lot of political memes.
That's what I'm saying.
You probably see that a lot. Yeah.
So for me, I'm more of like,
yeah,
like I like life shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you call that? Like, there's a word for it. Like, the people that talk to you. What are they? That help you through hard times.
Like a therapist?
That's the type of shit that I'm into, bro.
Yeah?
Like therapy.
Like therapy sessions?
Therapy sessions.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the reason the podcast came.
Yeah, mine's a mix all over the place, bro. Like, I'll be talking about fucking, some crazy off-the-wall type shit with an individual, and then I may have a podcast. Like, I literally had a post-election podcast,
Right.
4 hours long that we discussed a lot of shit. And
I'm
all over the place,
If like I said, like I was my homie Dennis, shout out Dennis Ortiz. He's one of my co-hosts. Like he brings that type of guesting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I get nervous when he brings his guests in, bro. Cause I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to ask this guy.
Is that the psychedelic guy?
Yeah.
I need to look him up.
Dennis
talk to him. Yeah.
Dennis Ortiz Biz.
Okay.
On Instagram.
Yeah, I seen one that you did with him a while back.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah.
He went to
probably like Peru.
Yeah. He went to Peru. We even had the shaman on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, he wasn't a shaman. He's the guy that like takes care of the people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's a shaman.
I think it's like a shaman, right? It's something like that. It's kind of like they're guiding you through.
It's like a guide. There we go. A guide. It's like a guide, something like that. But that was bro. He jumped straight into the deep end, bro. Like I think he had even done shrooms before he went.
He just went straight to ayahuasca?
Nah, he had a little shroom trip before just to get the taste, just to kind of get the feeling.
Yeah,
of
get the feeling.
But I think he just wanted to go do it big, bro.
I heard some people's lives has changed on that.
And it's crazy is like one of the craziest part is he did it right after like his divorce, right? Where he was like completely going through some hard shit, bro. And I remember when he was telling me he was gonna go, it was supposed to be me, him, and my cousin. But I was like, bro, I'm not ready for that shit. That's too much. Like I could come back and not believe in the shit I believe anymore. Like I was scared of that. And he just went, bro, and like that takes some balls. You know what I'm saying?
Throwing up and shit.
No, it just takes some balls to never have the experience and then go into the deep end.
I heard the experience is wild. I heard they'd be throwing up and like shitting and fucking going shaking and stuff.
I called them the first night. I think it was a 5-day ceremony and they got to do it all 5 days. I think it's twice a day too. I think it's in the morning and at night. Yeah. And I remember I called him the first day and he didn't think he was going to pursue or continue. He's like, bro, it's some of the most intense fear I've ever felt, bro. Like I remember he was like emotional about it. And I was like, bro, you're already down there. Like, just sleep it off, fight it through. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. It's like the first night, fear came out. The second night, it was like acceptance. The third night, it was like, I'm finally letting go. Fourth night, it was like finally, like it hit him.
It's like a big reset.
It's almost. Like yeah. But it's like you gotta. From what I understand, is like he had to fight, letting go.
Well, that's how it is, on shrooms.
You know what I'm saying?
Like when you that first initial over the fucking hump of that roller coaster, like you're fighting that shit. Bro. At least I've only done it a handful of times. It's like you. I remember my first time. I was like, oh shit, And then there was a couple of other times, where you hit the top and come back down. But man, once you get down and you're riding, fuck.
Are they like spiritual journeys for you, or?
I just feel connected.
Yeah,
very connected.
The last one I did, all I could think about was thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I felt gratitude.
Yeah, I remember it was like in my head. I remember visioning the word thank you a lot. Mm-hmm. And once it all came down, I remember like just like feeling that gratitude and like just being thankful for the smallest shit. Because I remember calling Dennis. I'm like, bro, I appreciate you just for fucking being a homie, bro. Like, being here and caring. You know what I'm saying? Just simple shit. Like, it really brought me down. But it was a journey, bro. I did it with her, and it was like she's afraid of nature. Mm-hmm. And
Did you feel connected?
Hell no.
It made it worse.
She was, bro.
Hey, just do it 5 more times.
I remember
Well, how much did you give her? Because I think 1 gram to 1.5 is good for.
So we took
female.
1 gram. We didn't feel shit. Took another gram. Then it both kicked in. And then we was in the middle of the woods. She's fucking terrified of spiders.
Oh shit!
So
do you get it in the middle of the woods?
So she was like, "Let's go." So I'm like, "Fuck, let's go." So I'm fucking having and we were almost 2 hours into the trail. So we had to walk 2 hours back.
Oh, you were walking too?
And
I thought you was at the campsite or some shit.
And then we're shrooming, and the fucking Indian in me came out, bro. Because I was like, I remember I got my walking stick. I was like, let's go. I'm going to get us back.
He was listening to the earth and shit.
I was like, we're going to get us back, bro.
He was like, let's get off the concrete path. Let's
walk
through the trails.
And she's like following behind me. And she's like asking me all these questions. I was like, babe, just let me focus. That's
crazy.
Because, bro, you know, like my anxiety was up. I was, because she wasn't feeling comfortable. So that made everything feel uncomfortable. And all I wanted to do was to get us back to the vehicle.
Right.
And then once we got back to the vehicle, I was like, oh, fuck, we still got to get home.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about driving.
Bro, when I got home, it was like the biggest relief, but it was also the biggest release because everything came crashing down. Like all the emotions.
Oh, at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that.
And then I think my daughter called.
I wanted to tell everybody about it too. It was weird. I'm like calling friends and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, you have no idea. This orgasm was incredible, or this fucking Avatar was like I've never seen Avatar. I've seen Avatar 500 times, and it was different this time. Or what nature documentary I just watched. And I'm like, you gotta do shrooms. Like I'm just like begging them to do it and shit. Yeah, it's a weird wave of emotion, like a huge dopamine hit,
bro. No, and I think what fucking threw it over at the end was my daughter called, and it was like she had just lost her dog.
Oh shit!
And I remember she like said something. I could just feel the sadness. And she lives in Dallas with her mom, so it's not like I could just be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit crushed me, bro. And I remember after we got off the phone, I remember talking to her, and I was just fucking bawling, bro. And that was like the first time I had a shooting trip where I got emotional. You know what I mean? Because before it was just like. Just a journey, but never emotional. But that one scared me because I got emotional because of that. I think it was because of my daughter thing, you know. And then she got emotional. She had a release too.
Oh, bro, I'd be crying on that shit, bro. I'd be letting everything.
Yeah, when I called Dennis, I was fucking crying. I was like, "Thank you, bro. Feed my
fucking love you, fucking love you, bro."
yeah, bro. That was. I think that was like a year or two ago. We haven't had another one. I haven't had the craving. You know?
Yeah, you don't really. That's why I find funny that psychedelics are, an illegal substance. It makes no sense, you know. Yeah. And really, I think they should sell it in a microdose form because when you take a small amount of it, I mean,
I've heard that microdosing helps with the anxiety and all.
Yeah, it helps a lot of stuff. Depression.
I suffer with anxiety.
Yeah,
yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah, anxiety is not. It's not fun. Not fun at all. I don't really suffer from anxiety. More of just normal shit that everyone goes through, you know what I mean? Like, I guess you could call it, you get down, and out. And
you don't shake?
Sometimes it's hard to shake, you get lost in your head.
I get like, around this time, about 8, 9 o'clock, when the day starts, like when I start coming down is when I start feeling it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And sometimes it's just like you think about it, you're like, damn, I stay fit, I'm eating decent.
Yeah.
I do a lot of these hobbies that bring me joy. But then sometimes you're still stuck in your head and you can't, get rid of that funk.
Like marijuana, when I don't smoke, like right now I'm not smoking. But let's say I start getting a craving and start wanting to smoke again. Like the first 2 weeks, just before I hit the blunt, I start kind of like getting this anxiety, like I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
I think it's the not letting go part. Though.
And the climb, the climb, because once I hit that peak and I start to get that relaxation, but it's always a climb. For me, at least, that creates that anxiety.
Yeah. No, I could see that because I deal with that sometimes of letting go. And, but once you do, it's just a lot better. But, weed doesn't really help in a sense of like what mushrooms do. You know what I mean? Mushrooms is different, bro. When you come off that shit, like I feel like I feel good. I've had some bad trips. I have. But like you normally feel pretty good when you come off of it.
With weed, it's like more of a temporary
I feel
thing.
like
It's like in the moment. Afterwards, I just feel kind of
You never had a bad shroom trip?
sluggish. Yeah, I did.
You still felt good after?
No.
Okay.
That's why I said other than the bad ones.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
other than the bad ones.
I
No,
feel
I've
like
had a bad one.
weed, but I don't know, man. Like I think things just affect people different because I think I'm sensitive to substances.
Right.
Because
Might be a good thing.
I've had I've had situations with marijuana. Like when I first started smoking, I've had situations where like I couldn't stand up. It was a weird. I don't know if it was just the amount of paranoia that I was in that caused my fear to completely lock me in. But with marijuana, I've also had situations where I've had realizations too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I experienced that on shrooms, but times 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is just more of a lighter substance for me.
That's true.
Because I feel like like I said, weed will numb me down and kill my ambition sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, do I really need to do all that?
Same here. That's why I don't do it a lot, or at big quantities.
Yeah.
Like smoking 8 blunts a day, bro. Just not, to me, it's not healthy, bro. It's like, that's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not going to tell you not to. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But
I've gone through my stages.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I've gone through my stages. I've experienced it enough to see what levels I'm good at, and smoking all day, being high all day. It's not it. I can't process. Especially one of the things I fear the most is being high during a intense moment, like getting bad news.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've always had that fear. Like, what if my dad calls me and tells me something happened to my mom?
Oh, bro.
And I'm fucking.
Don't tell me that, bro. I'm high as fuck right now.
Don't
tell me that.
But I'm always scared of that because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking overprocess that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's true.
Yeah, bro.
Thanks for fucking up my night, bro. Hey, bro. I wish we could go on longer, bro. You're a cool ass dude, man. It's our first time meeting, which is really a lot of the times for my guests. It's my first time meeting them. I wish you much success on everything you're doing, man. You do dope ass shit.
Thank you.
And yeah, do you have anything else that you wanted to bring up? Got anything coming up or anything?
Nah, man. If you can, go to Ozone Lair Media and follow the Instagram page and go subscribe on YouTube. Check us out and come to my boys page if you're coming here for me, and follow To Bring About Podcast on Instagram and YouTube, man. Support local everywhere, shit. Man. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
And yeah, bro, if you want Victor on here, I'll let him know.
Yeah, dude, let me know, man. That'd be funny as fuck.
Go follow him.
Yeah.
Follow him, tell him I sent you.
Yeah. Well, fucking both of you guys come back on next time, dude. We'll bring
all
John. 3 of you guys.
We'll bring John.
Yeah, all 3 of you guys. We'll fucking have a 6-hour podcast here, just fucking cracking on each other.
Yeah, bro.
But man, I really do appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you, man, for taking me in consideration and for fucking having this dope ass conversation, bro.
Yeah, man. All right, bro.
Yeah.